flash. Life, neon shadows on the street, baseline rising from beneath, silver skyline, hearts ignite, we awaken in my mind. Every fear just fades away when the rhythm starts to play. You don't know what's wrong, alright, you just moving. Light in the night, close your eyes, don't fight the fight. Feel it lifting you higher. When the clock hits 3, you're finally free. At 3 a.m., something's moving you. Feel it breaking through, like a wave you can't undo. At 3 a.m., let the darkness shine. We've crossed the line. Oh, Mike in the feel the bass ignite. Mike in the feel the bass ignite. Mike in the night. There's nothing you can do. Something moving you.
Oh, yeah, it's Mike of the Night.
Mike in the night. In the night. In the night. In the night. 3 a.m. feel the rise. Hands up high, no disguise. Lights are flashing, bodies sway. Truth is rising anyway. In the silence, in the fight, we come alive. And Mike in the night. From the cities to the coast, from the voices they fear most. When the people reunite, we are one. And Mike in the night. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
Today is Monday, the 20th of April, 2026. We are in week 17 of the year. We're already 17 weeks into the year, and it's baking hot where I am. Over in Merritt, British Columbia here, and it is baking hot. We had a second week of February started to get real good, early spring, and now it's just absolutely baking hot. Don't believe anything your weather networks tell you on your end, telling what's happening in other parts of Canada. It's complete bullshit. People are saying, oh, I looked at your forecast, Mike, it's only 4 degrees there. Yeah, right. It's like 25, 30. So anyways, just thought I'd let you guys know. Don't believe anything they tell you on anywhere anymore, unless you go see it for yourself. Unless you go there and touch it and see it and understand it for yourself. Anyways, guys, welcome to episode 647 of Mike in the Nights, and I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good nights wherever you're watching this transmission. Whether you're watching us from your condo in the sky or your camper or cabin in the woods, we're in the woods, we're in the jungle today for Mike in the Night, and or relaxing on your lazy boy. People of the night, welcome to Mike in the Night. It is 3 a.m. and something is moving you. The true voice of the Commonwealth, right here, Mike in the Night, connecting the dots all these years connecting these dots. Oh yeah. And speaking of connecting the dots all these years, I actually want to bring up something kind of interesting. So someone sent me a link to a video. I'm looking at, watched a little clip of the video, and it's like, okay, it's somebody talking about a big influencer. And this big influencer is talking about something we've spoken about. And how we've spoken about it is really vague. So if you guys remember, we usually, all the time compare Canadian real estate to U.S. real estate. We've been doing it for over 15 years. We started with Florida. I lived in Florida, so we compared Canadian real estate in Vancouver to Florida real estate and this and that, and they get further ahead in Florida because they pay less tax and the whole 9 yards. So if you guys remember, we did a whole Alabama one. We're talking about on a Mike in the Night, like 2-3 years ago. We're talking about Alabama, the poorest state in America. The poorest state in America, Alabama. But they're living better, and they have better chance and opportunity to make it in life than if you were living in Toronto or the greater Toronto area. So we did comparisons. We went on Zillow on that episode. We showed you guys 80 grand, 140, 200 grand for a nice spacious home. And that same house or land or whatever in Toronto was just a fortune, or greater Toronto, even hours from Toronto. And you have a better chance at being in the poor state of America because they're being taxed less, the cost of living is less, the cost of everything. So this influencer took our comparables and everything we spoke about and made a video about that. I was like, wow, not a single plug. What are the odds of someone comparing the two like that, out of the blue, from their own mind? And it just blew me away. So I wrote back the guy that sent me the clip and said, holy, we talked about this guy. I know you did. I watched you talk about this back in like a year or 2 or 3. And it's really sad how these big people, the controlled information distribution we're warning about, these big people making millions of dollars a year. We make $700 a year here. These guys make millions of dollars a year. And they're taking our work and branding it like it's their idea. Look at this and look at that. Look what I found out. They didn't find nothing out. It's being taken from us. From the little guys to make $700 a year. We're here because we want to be here. We want to be with you guys. I want to be with you guys on Monday night. I want to hang out with you guys. These other guys, big money. And not even plugging a local fellow Canadian and saying, yeah, this is a Canadian guy that's been on social media for, 15 years. But he was saying this. What do you guys? No, just, I got this idea, and steal it from the little guy. And it's been happening for so long. And this influencer's already taken from me 3 times, word for word, what we said. And it's really heartbreaking to put so much time and effort into this and not get any acknowledgement. It's really sad. All right, guys, so we have people from Ontario watching. We've been played again, as always. You get what you get what you accept. Actually, Mississippi's worse. I live in Alabama. It's a lot better. So, yeah. So, what I'm saying is I made a video in comparison that if you lived in Alabama, you do a lot better than living in Toronto. This big influencer takes it and then brands it like he's like, look at this guy. This guy's genius. Look what he's talking about. Look how bad Canada. Like, oh, what? Oh, well, why? Like, I don't understand. And you know why? Because they know no one's going to see this transmission. Nobody watches Mike in the Night. We're on episode 647. What? How long has it been here? Season 35, episode 35 seasons, episode 6. Predicting everything. Connecting the dots. Taking your calls across the Commonwealth. Figuring out what's happening to try and make sense. What's going to be next. How to prepare for what's next. It's really sad. It's really, really, really sad. But anyways. So someone's saying there's several influencers going to jail. Liberals are not playing. So that's right. Mike in the fight. With all his might in the darkness. All right, guys. I just want to do some Mike in the Night 647, guys. That's where we are. Guys, if you want to join our email list, list, just email me. Just say, hey, Mike, I want to join the email list. I just want to know when you go live. MikeMartins1980@gmail.com. You won't get any other emails. I won't be selling you any crap. I won't be doing it. All I'm doing is emailing you to let you know when I go live. It's MikeMartins1980. That goes directly to me. And if you guys want to email me, I'll put you on the email list, okay? And guys, don't forget, viewer discretion is advised. 21 and older. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Fact check and do your own research. 18 U.S. Code Section 2257 for Mike in the Night. All right, folks, here we are. Here we are. The pattern is bigger than they admitted. Everyone's waking up. The turbo cancer's out of control. The turbo cancer's so out of control right now. Was it last week's or the week's before show? We read an article for the year 2025, 246,000? Was it 246,000 new cases of cancer from ages 11 to 45. Yeah. Guys, we are streaming on Kick tonight. We're testing out our Kick feed. It's working. So if you guys have a Kick account, go over to Kick and see if you can find Mike in the Night. That's your mission tonight. Go find an episode. Go see if we're live. Go find us. Yeah. So stablecoin coming April 2027. Get ready. All right, guys. Let's do a quick channel plug. We're going to go into some headlines and your calls. Let's going to give you the link for the Instagram if you guys want to call in too. So we'll give you the link for the Instagram if you guys want to call in. All right, guys, if you want to buy me a coffee, this is the only thing that runs this channel is your coffees. There it is. If you want to buy your boy Mike a coffee, there it is. You buy me a $3 coffee right there. There it is. I think you could even do a custom one for $1 if you want. If you guys want to support me, go ahead and do that. I appreciate that. That's all we make. $700, $600 a year. $700, $600 on average a year for coffees. Also, YouTube. What's going on with YouTube? They're taking down my content all the time, eh? YouTube likes to take down my content all the time. Oh yeah, I do want to plug this, guys. If you guys want to check out my shorts and get caught up, I post usually a short a day, and if you catch up, you could get it caught up on what's happening, on where it's happening, or what I think is happening. You can find it here. And don't forget to check out our adventures in Portugal, adventures in the Philippines, our $7,000 house in the Philippines we built, our conspiracy vault, okay, and past live streams, videos. Did I put Mike in the Night? Oh, right up top, Mike in the Night. Now, all the episodes are not here. You have to go to here. MikeInTheNight.org takes you to most of the episodes. If you want to go back and watch some really old, serious stuff. I'm talking about serious stuff, like episodes, callers calling in from, like, vaccinologists, funeral directors, pathologists, all kinds of people calling into the show over all the years, telling us what's going on and how it's going on and where it's going on, and really good stuff. That's why we're kicked off of every platform you could imagine. And guys, don't forget to follow us on Facebook too. Facebook is doing good. We're blowing up on Facebook. And there it is. Canada's Carney revives online censorship bill C-63, I think it is. So watch out for that, folks. And here's the Instagram, guys. I'm going to give you my Instagram here in the live chat. So you guys, if you want to just message me on Instagram, I could check my messages and see if you guys are there. And TikTok, we got right there, community violations, community guideline violations. So it looks like we're going to be going on to our we're on our fourth TikTok channel, and we got this one to 16,000. The other one we got to 82,000. It is what it is, guys. You just constantly just have to restart and open shop over again. And if you want to buy something for Mike in the Nights, there should be a link in the description. If you want to pick up a mug or something or help us out. And just so you guys know, we sell 2 things a year, maybe 3. So I don't want you guys to think I'm making money selling you guys junk, and I'm not doing that. If you want to support the transmission, help me out. If you don't need any of this stuff, don't buy it. But Dano, guys, don't forget Dano. Johnny Depp presents The People's Artist. So we got 13 days to vote for Dano. So if you guys want to vote for Dano, 13 days, 23 hours are going to open up the polls. And Dano's here, and more about Dano. Who is Dano? And Dano's from, obviously, Mike in the Night. So if you guys want to get in there and vote for Dano as the artist or people's artist, he's worked hard his whole life. He's put so much together his whole life. And this would be really nice if we could win this for him here on from Mike in the Night. Hopefully we could get him to win this damn thing. So, yeah, there it is right there. All right, guys. We'll plug that. We'll plug that again later for Dano. All right. So, yeah, 246,000 cancer cases in Canada. A new cancer in Canada 2026, and it's only April. Yeah, so it'll be 1 million by the year's end. Stats show it's primarily Europeans. Yeah, they're killing off the European expansion. The European expansion was needed to build everything around you, because if the Pakis or the Chinese or Sri Lankans or Ethiopians came here to build this country, we wouldn't have a country. That's just what it is. And we wouldn't have a country today. So they needed the Europeans to build this country, so that basically what would happen is the other ones come in and move in. It's like they build a whole bank and then bring in a bunch of people from China to work in the bank, and they don't even speak English. And then you walk outside the bank, it's all homeless Canadian people. So, I don't know. Yeah. So, I think things are going to fall apart soon. I think things are going to go sideways real quick. And it's the governments and all the layering and all the bureaucrats have brought this on themselves. They have no one to blame but themselves, right? And then what does the country do? Just start deporting, just removing people from here. It doesn't matter if they have kids born here, because when Canada went on a rampage in 2006, 7, and 8, deporting all the Portuguese, they deported lots of Portuguese. But they didn't care if they owned homes or they had kids born in Canada. They didn't give a shit. They just deported them all in 2006, 7, and 8, right? They went to high schools, grabbed all the kids that spoke Portuguese, right? So Canada needs to do a big cleanup, and they need to get these people and kick them out of here. And if they have a problem with the Portuguese again, I'll go back to Portugal. I don't have a problem. I'll go back to Portugal. I don't give a shit. I go back to Portugal tomorrow. Okay. All right, who else is here tonight? Okay, looks like we're starting to open up. Here tonight, we're starting to get people pour in here on... So, guys, if you want to find us, find us on YouTube for now until we get kicked off. We are on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, share it. We're on Instagram. We are on Rumble. We are on Kick. And Kick is working nicely, too. Nice. Beautiful. Perfect. All right, guys, let's go into some headlines. And you are tuned in to a Mike in the Night. 647.
It's 3 a.m. in a one-stop town. Neon buzz and the world shut down. Coffee's cold, but the mic's still warm. There's a storm outside and another reform. Headlights roll down Highway 8. Folks still talking about the state of the state. Bills go up, paychecks thin. Feels like a house always wins. But there's a voice on the air tonight, cutting through that pale moonlight. Mike in the Night, on the AM line. Truth coming through like a county sign. You can run, you can hide, you can close your eyes.
All right, guys. All right, let's get into some headlines. And someone's asking me on Facebook, do you think the real estate will go down in Kamloops soon? Oh, boy, is it ever. Any secondary Tri-City, we talked about this years ago. So you got your main city, you got your intercity, and then you got your Tri-Cities, and you got your third quad cities. All those cities are going to go down 70-80% because the people that left the coast or left the major cities to move to smaller cities propped up the markets, right? So the Chinese came in, laundered trillions of dollars in Vancouver, Burnaby, Surrey, Richmond, all around. Everyone was pushed out, and they moved eastward. So California, same thing. Los Angeles, San Francisco, the whole coast got invaded by Chinese money laundering. Everything moved east to Arizona, Nevada, Texas, right? Florida, right? Same thing with New York. They got hit with billions of dollars in Chinese money laundering. Entire condos owned by Chinese, all empty. People were pushed out and moved south, right? So, yeah. So all the little cities are gonna be affected if you bought. I think since 2015 or 2014, you're in that net. So you gotta be really careful. All right, let's move on here. Let's get some headlines here. And Iran says no talks under shadow threats. Trump says blockade to remain. So 3 minutes ago, what to know about the next round of U.S.-Iran talks in Pakistan. Trump believes U.S. blockade puts pressure on Iran economically. And China, don't forget, China's getting hurt bad in this one too. Vance travels to Pakistan on Tuesday for Iran talks. Donald Trump says Israel never talked me into Iran war, blasts fake news. Now watch our Beware. Where did I put my Beware video? There it is. It's all the way over here. Hold on a sec. So our Beware video right here, we tell you this is going to happen. Exactly. Okay, we're going to back to previous short videos we've made in the last 4 or 5. There it goes right here. It talks about it. Kind of important, okay? So Middle East war expands beyond Gaza, right? So I'm believing by mid to late 2024 and into 2026, okay? I'm saying 2026 for a reason, right? 2025 and to 2026. This was filmed in November 2023. Israel's war in Gaza will escalate into regional conflict involving Hezbollah and Lebanon, Iranian-backed militias in Syria and Iraq, and direct tensions with Iran. Now, if Trump, remember what we said, if Trump is allowed to be elected, he will work hand in hand to back Israel and expand that war. Gaza may be an American state or an overseas territory, right? So watch that video. Beware. Clip from Mike in the Night. Donald Trump says Israel never talked me into it. It did. It sure did, right? Let's move on. Nearly half of all violent crime suspects in Germany are foreign nationals. Yes. Yes. The Muslim, migrant, Arab, African invasion just destroyed that country, took away its culture, and raped its culture. Pope Leo thanks Angola's church for promoting reconciliation and peace. So Pope Leo's in Portuguese Africa, in a Catholic country, Angola, in Portuguese Africa. You can see Our Lady of Fatima here in the background here. And let's move on here. Canada's annual inflation rate rose 2.4% in March, driven by high gas prices. Yep. And again, if Canada built an oil to fuel plant, factory, whatever you call them, in every province, we'd have an overabundance of fuel. We'd create 40, 50,000 jobs on the private sector, right? And we'd be okay. We'd be okay. But gas would be 20, 30 cents a liter, but they don't want to do it, right? I just want to control and regulate everything. Oil plunges below $90 as Iran opens a vital Strait of Hormuz, boosting global markets. Again, this is all a show, guys. We even predicted the Strait of Hormuz 2 days before it even happened. And Iran doesn't trust U.S. talks, will respond decisively to any threats, says IRGC. Commander of Aerospace Force and Islamic Revolution Guards says Iran does not trust negotiations with the United States at ending the illegal American Zionist aggression that puts faith in national power. And this one here, I have to buy this, so I'm just going to read it quick. China suffers heavy blow as U.S. blocks Iranian ports. So there it is right there. And Iran's military vows decisive action against U.S. Army after attack on Iranian vessel. And let's head over to Edmonton, guys. This is a pretty... I'm going through headlines pretty quick tonight. I want to take in more calls tonight, so... Okay, Edmonton. Police turned body cameras into facial recognition surveillance tools. The same technology sold to hold police accountable now scans 7,000 faces a day without asking anyone's permission. So they're scanning you, putting you in a database in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And it's got roughly 7,000 people on record. And Trump threats against Iranian civilian infrastructure is perfectly acceptable, according to the UN envoy. So, hey, let's blow it up. Who cares about the innocent people in the middle, right? That's what they want. And who suffers in the end? Who pays the price, right? Who ends up paying the price is the people in the middle. The people, the families, the people that don't want any part of this garbage are the ones that are paying the price, right? All right. Okay, so what else we got here for you guys tonight? I got a nice suntan, guys. You notice that? Nice. I got a nice not a burn, but a nice suntan here. I'm just trying to see if this microphone, the red off the mic, the light is making it. Yeah, the light's weird in this room. I look like a red potato here. All right. And Israel maps plan to occupy southern Lebanon. We talked about that in our Beware video with Lebanon. There it is. Remapping. Israel's going to start doing some remapping and changing. And Mandami curse. New York Mets 0-11 since far-left mayor and his radical wife hugged team mascots. There it is. The Mets are in trouble now. They are officially cursed. And we told you about this guy. We told you how dangerous this mayor is. And Japan. Yeah. Japan found a cure for the COVID vax injury. Okay, so if people just listened to us when it mattered, none of these people would have had to worry about this. So Japan apparently is having something to do with removing the spike proteins out of your blood, right? So the man is in blue is called Robert. He appears to be on his 12th or 14th patient in the Igdowaga Hospital in Japan. Robert calls out for Trump and Fauci. Not unfairly, the West does have major moral problem. So there they are there, and there he is there getting his getting the vaccine spike proteins out. And we warned you in this video here, a 2018 live we did, they will infuse mRNA in all vaccines by 2020, and they'll pull the trigger on a pandemic. Innate and adaptive immunologicity and improve delivery. So zinc does that, folks. Zinc actually improves delivery. All right. Virus, rabies virus, and others, especially in... Let's see if I can find steady. Yeah. Yeah, the technology is old. I'm... This is really scary stuff, folks, because I don't think... Now, I found something else out. Let me get to my point here. In one of these write-ups here, I want to bring up for you guys. Then it goes into... Acid therapeutics have emerged as promising alternative to controversial vaccine approaches. The first report was successful. So it goes into 1992, demonstrated that the administration of vespericin encoding mRNA in the hypothalamus could elicit a psychological response in rats. However, these early... So watch that video, 2018 live, they will infuse mRNA in our vaccines. It was taken down in 2019 or 2020, but we had the live stream backed up. It's an entire live stream, so I'm answering people's questions live. And RAF trainee is suspended after claiming Islam is UK's biggest security threat. Of course it is. It's going to completely change the fabric of the country. It's going to change the people. It's going to change everything for the worse, right? It's going to become a wasteland. Why do you think Islam didn't come first to colonize Canada? If it did, the Aboriginals would have been completely wiped out. They would have completely wiped out the Aboriginals, right? And then today there would be they wouldn't allow us in as Europeans today. and it would be their land, and no one moves to Muslim countries, right? So if they were here first at the right time, it could have spelled a lot of problems. We wouldn't be here today, right? And this is an interesting one here. The UN is a Chinese captured institution. Yes, it is. Everything is captured by the Chinese. The Chinese have destroyed everything. The Chinese touch anything, it's garbage, right? So I'm just trying to, guys. I'm just trying to adjust my redness here. I'm trying to figure out why I'm so red like a potato here tonight. Hot potato. All right, guys. It's Mike of the Night. All right, we're going to get our first caller in here in a second. We're going to get Leo back on because Leo was on a few weeks ago, and a lot of people were concerned about his well-being in the hospital he was in. And they were chasing around, asking him why he didn't take a vaccine. They put him in the vaccine from 2021 or 2020, why he didn't take that vaccine, and they segregated him into another room and all. They're treating him like crap because he didn't take a poisonous vaccine that we told you guys it was going to happen. And we told you in 2021, 2022, with the vaccinologists, with the pathologists coming on the show, hiding on different platforms. And then in 2024, Joe Rogan comes out and says, these vaccines don't work. We knew that. In that 2018 live video, the live stream I did from 2018, we already tell you it doesn't work. But controlled information distribution. And that's why you're dead. Why you're dying of cancer, or why you're dying and why you have this spike protein and all this garbage flowing through you and you don't feel well, is because of controlled information distribution. That's why. They wouldn't allow the information to get out when it mattered. Then Joe Rogan, Russell Brand, come out later. Because then they tell you what you already know. You pull the trigger, the bullet hits you later. Then they come out and say, well, you shouldn't have pulled that trigger on yourself. You know? So. So we got Big Stan here from Niagara Refugee Falls here. All right. All right, let's see if we can get a caller on here on Mike of the Night. Episode 647. Let's see if I can find her here. I don't even see her here. Elizabeth, there she is. See if I can find our caller here, okay, guys?
Let you feel that moving deep inside. At 3 a.m. when the silence is broken, old guitar and the truth outspoken, no teleprompter, no token, just a man saying I have spoken. Small town farmers, city trees, trying to read through the masquerades, paper headlines, polished lies, but you can see it in the people's eyes. Granddad said, son, stand tall, don't let fear build your walls. Mama prayed by the kitchen light, said keep your heart strong through the fight. So he turns that dial a little more, like knocking on a closed back door. Mike in the night, on the AM line, truth coming through like a warning sign. You can feel it shift.
Hey, Hey, Mike.
Hey, Elizabeth, how you doing?
Okay. And you?
Good, good.
Hey, chat.
Okay, so what do you got for us? Are you with Leo?
Yeah, I'm having to stay overnight so he doesn't fall or anything. But
So,
anyways,
what? I thought he was going home.
yeah, he went home and actually it was 4 days after he ended up in hospital again because his pinky finger was swollen.
Whoa.
And then a sore right elbow that put him, looks like he's paralyzed from the whole arm. He can't move it. He'll explain that part. And then he was put in the older part of the hospital with a lot of seniors that had dementia and stuff. It was really sad situation in the hospital. Him being in that part of the hospital with a lot of seniors, and he's a 57-year-old man.
Wow, I'm really saddened to hear how our socialized medicine in Canada is completely falling apart. So, yeah. So
And then
keep going.
Before Leo speaks, and then he has the outpatient community support where you have PSWs coming in, the nurse to look after his wounds on his leg because he injured his knee last time. So they're looking after that. So all these PSWs are majority Black and Indian. Like, what the hell?
Don't be racist.
I'm not being racist.
Oh, he's not being racist. No. It's just you're in a British. No, you're in a British colony. You're in a British colony, and you're supposed to be seeing white Europeans in a British colony, right? And the sad part is, my dad, your uncles, everybody built that hospital. You know that, right? And then now they fill it with other people to come in. Because if the Indians or Pakistani, Chinese had to build that hospital, look at me. You can't see me, but look. Pi, Fitch, Pete, Sant, Amen. You wouldn't have a hospital. But anyways.
No, but even PSWs coming into the home.
Yeah.
Where's our, back in the 1980s, there was a lot of white people working in hospitals and these PSW agencies.
But let me be honest with you. A lot
in
of
the
these people
healthcare system.
A lot of these people moved to America too. Right? They could buy a house for $70,000, especially in the 2000s. They could buy a whole house for $89,000. You could buy a house for $40,000 right now if you want in the States. We're screwed here in Canada. So people that have a specialized trade, they're just moving. It's called the Canadian brain drain. We've been covering this for 15 years. Australia has the same problem where all the technicians are people that know shit. They're just leaving to America. They're done. You know? So that's what's happening.
Maybe that's our next step. Leo will touch base on that. But here's Leo. He'll tell you what happened to him in the hospital and also that paralyzed arm.
All right,
here's
Leo. Update us, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Give us an update.
The speaker's low. Hold on a second.
I hear you. Go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They put me in an old person's ward. I was the youngest 157, and I said, "What the heck?" And that doesn't really bother me, anywho. Yeah, they're treating me different, and it just washes like water off my, the duck's back.
Right. And
you were calling for nurses and they wouldn't come.
And when I called nurse, they wouldn't come. They would like take an hour and a half or so.
Oh, of course, because you're in the hospital. So like they take their time to get to where you're getting, especially if there's an emergency. It's again, you don't have the compassionate European there anymore. They don't give all these other cultures, they don't give a shit about you, period. And that's just, and it's not being racist. That's just in the culture, right?
Yeah. I gotta admit it, yeah.
So it's just
I've
the
experienced.
culture.
Why not? Hell, admit it, yeah. Jeez.
that arm, that was done
My-
in the hospital.
My arm started the day before I went back painful because they started an IV on my right arm, and it's never been the same since.
No,
I don't know what they've done. I can move it, but I'm gonna have to exercise every day for it to go back to normal. And I don't
This
know, eat a
medical
lot of
system is
protein.
falling apart, bro. I'm willing to bet you. I ain't a doctor, but they didn't put your IV in a proper vein, or they didn't do it right, or they screwed something up. I'm willing to bet you they screwed something up, and they won't tell you they screwed something up.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know what to do. Sue them? I don't have that kind of cash to sue anyone pro bono if it exists anymore. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. So I just pray. I just pray in Jesus' name, and that I go forward.
Yeah. No, I hear you, brother. So what's the plan now? What are they gonna do? What are you gonna be discharged soon? Are you gonna get the hell? Are you in the hospital now?
I'm not in the hospital. I'm home. I've been home for the past
He has to run.
3 days, and I'm never gonna step into a hospital for the rest of my life because it's not Canada anymore.
Yeah, no,
That's how I feel.
Oh, it's not Canada anymore, my friend. It's definitely not Canada anymore. Because all of the government, bank jobs, finance jobs, office jobs, there's no more Canadians. And then you go outside the building, it's all Canadian homeless people asking for money.
Yeah, it's not right.
Yeah.
You have to become
Just like you said.
doctor.
Yeah.
You
You have to be your own doctor. You have to Google everything and take care of yourself, or move to Europe, back to Europe. I'm thinking of moving back to Madeira, Portugal.
Yep. You were around, Leo.
Yep,
You were around in Canada in 2006, 7, and 8, were you?
I was. I came here 74, October.
Okay, so you were around in 2006, 7, 8. Do you remember in Toronto and when they were rounding up all the Portuguese and deporting Portuguese people in 2006, 7, and 8? And they were going to the high schools and grabbing all the kids. And they even had a phone number. If you know a Portuguese, give this number a call and we'll cut the Portuguese out of your way. Remember that?
I don't remember. I was in Mississauga. I was busy in Mississauga looking for temp agencies at the time to work. At that time, I was busy, and never got very little jobs.
But you don't remember the Great Deportations of Toronto?
No, I think I seen something on TV. A Portuguese family crying. They're deporting us and everything to help us. So on. That I remember, like 1 or 2 stories on the news.
Okay.
Other than that, not much, because I've been busy. I was busy looking for work.
Oh, okay. Because that was actually a really big deal. They went to all the high schools and grabbed all the kids that spoke Portuguese. They went to 4 high schools. They went to work sites. Everything Donald Trump's doing with ICE, Canada did that to the Portuguese. They deported 57,000 families. So
they should learn from what happened here in Toronto.
Yeah.
To get the illegals in the States.
I even made a whole playlist called "How to Deport the Illegals Canada Style," right?
Pardon? She was talking over you. She said that she remembers.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. She remembers because she lived right in Toronto where it was happening, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll get her on the show another time to ask her that, because I really want people to know about this, because they're really good
They
at
screwed
hiding.
us Portuguese over. We built the country, and then they gave us a shaft.
Yep. Portuguese came here. The Portuguese, Italians, and the Greeks played a big role to build the whole Toronto,
built the country,
GTA area, huge, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad how we get shafted and we don't get the jobs either, eh?
Right.
But
we're the spirit. We're part of the spirit of the nation, North America.
Yep.
And then they kick us out because we're the ones who will stand up and fight and talk for ourselves, and they don't want that. They want obeying people that obey and
Pakistan.
Yeah, quit your things and never do anything.
Pakistan. So yeah, so I just so there's people commenting here on the live. So you're home, buddy. Get some exercise. Get some good sleep. Get out in the sun. Is it sunny there? What's the temperature
sunny.
there?
What was the temperature today? I have no idea. I was inside because of I'm nursing my right arm. It's painful, but I'm taking painkillers.
Try and get out to the sun tomorrow if it's sunny. go put a chair out in the sun and go sit in the sun all day in the sun and drink water and just sit in the sun all day. Look at if you could watch the video right now, I'm tanned. I'm dark. I've been out in the sun 3-4 days now. And I feel good, boy. I feel good.
Good. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
It was cold. She's saying it was cold today here.
Oh, it's cold.
But,
okay, here
yeah,
it was
we'll
like 28 degrees. It was hot.
28 degrees hot. That's you're in the far west.
Yeah.
Here in the east, it's different, I guess.
Shinada.
Yeah.
Doing Shinada.
We just don't know. It's east and west. It just turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, Leo, you got to stay strong,
Yep.
buddy. You got to stay strong. You got to stay tough. We need you, man. And I'll get Elizabeth on next week's show. I want her to come on, and I want her to start researching and find out what they did to the Portuguese in 2006, 7, and 8.
Okay.
Because I
I'll help
want her to
out.
come on next week because a lot of people say I'm full of shit about this, that I'm making this stuff up, and I'm not making this stuff.
Look for people that.
She's gonna try. I'll pass the phone over. Nice talking to you, brother.
Take care, bro. Be strong.
Okay, take
I
care.
said I'll look for people that were deported to come on to your show.
Yeah, let's find people that were deported, that were picked up, because everyone's saying, oh, look what ICE is doing. I'm like, Canada did the same thing. And then they look at me, Canada will never do that. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Canada. Yeah. Anyways, okay, Elizabeth, I'm going to let you go, and I'll get you back on next week or the week after. I'll bring up some headlines and stuff, and we can talk about this, because people think I'm making this up, Elizabeth, believe it or not.
No, it's true.
So
That happened in the past. I remember a lot of construction Portuguese Europeans were deported.
Yep. They came on a path to citizenship in the year 2000, and they deported them in 2006.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
So, hey, Mike, good
Yeah.
talking to you.
God bless you.
Hello to the chat and stay healthy.
Yeah. And
Cheers.
we'll
Here's my Leo.
Cheers.
take care of Leo. Take care of Leo.
Okay, take care. I'll be watching the rest of the show.
Stay healthy, everybody. Stay healthy, Mike.
I will. Até logo, se Deus quiser.
Okay.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
All right. So there it is right there. Okay, who we got here? Okay, so we got Mr. IMC. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? No, I want to call in. Prices are high here, but food can be grown year round. Yeah, just add me. Okay, guys, somebody bought me coffee here. So we got Barbara, Marcello, and we got Tio. Yes, thank you guys for supporting the transmission. Yeah, we usually get 2-3 coffees a week, and that helps support the transmission. All right, rock and roll. Let's see who we can get on here. Eduardo messaged me because he says he has a quick call about how you were paid for high-speed rail in Ontario. Okay, Eduardo wants to talk about something. About high-speed rail. So I let's get him on and find out. So let's see who else is here. Someone says, my girlfriend saw a cougar in Ontario, Mike. Are you sure it wasn't a bobcat? Who do we got here? We got Attaboy in the house. We got Earthsign in the house. We got all kinds of platforms crossing over here tonight on Mike in the Night. Oh, yeah. Episode 647 here tonight of Mike in the Night.
From Australia to New Zealand, from the UK to the USA, from Canada, the true voice of the Commonwealth.
Hiya, Mike.
Oh my goodness, it's Eduardo here on Mike in the Night, episode 647. What do you got? What do you got for us?
I was speaking at the Ontario Landowners Association on Saturday.
Hold on, you're muffling out really bad here. Say everything you just said because I didn't hear a damn thing.
I was speaking at the Ontario Landowners Association on Saturday.
Okay.
And in the afternoon, they were doing a presentation, and there's a bunch of lawyers and other groups involved.
Go on.
We're talking about the Ontario high-speed rail system that's going to be built going from Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Montreal, Quebec.
Money laundering.
Possibly stopping in Peterborough. So people were upset at how much land was going to be taken. Some people had concerns about if they build this rail in the ground, you're going to have dead-end roads. It's going to go through people's houses. There's going to be land expropriated. Price tag of $90 billion. That's initial. So we know there's going to be a lot more than that. Anyways, the people that are building it, it's the old SNC Lavalin. Remember those guys?
Oh, yes.
And what bothered me is, okay, so you got private entities going to build it. Okay. How do we know this isn't going to turn to another 407?
Well, they're going to launder a shit ton of money through that boy. So you know.
And they're only going to run this rail once a day, maybe?
Perhaps once a day. We don't have the population for that. There's no need to create. The question is you need to ask them is there a need to create this rail system? That's what people need to know. Are we in need of this? No, the population is declining, boy.
Well, it's sustainable, boy.
Sustainable what?
That's their fucking code word for we're gonna save the environment by running a train once a day. Oh, Mike, you live in British Columbia, right?
Uh-huh.
Thank you for making your contribution to pay for this.
What?
This high-speed rail that's going to be in Ontario and Quebec. You're never going to use it, but you're going to pay for it. Isn't that great? Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, I pay a lot of... buddy, we're going broke paying tax here, right? We're better off in Alabama, like I said, like that video back in 2021, Mike of the Night. We're better off living in Alabama, the poorest state in America, than living anywhere in Canada because you can't get ahead of here. We got a $20 super chat from, hey, Mike, what about the bureaucratic gangsters network robbing taxpayers' money through every crown corporation and sending money to foolish money laundering scams? We're being destroyed from inside the government by bureaucrats. Again, Eduardo, what he's talking about is what we've been saying for years. We're in the looting phase now. They are looting us now. Looting phase is where we're at in Canada.
Are you saying your government doesn't love you, Mike?
The government wants me dead, boy. They want me dead.
First they want your money, then they want you dead.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to get into the numbers of MAID. I'll stay away from that one.
MAID?
Yeah. You can't afford to eat? Yeah, we'll offer you MAID.
Wait, hold on a sec.
2-3 times a day.
Okay, our 2016 video we made a prediction video that 1 in 10 Canadians will be euthanized by 2025. I guess I was off.
Yeah, you're off.
Okay, but hold on. Did you trust the science and take the vaccine? That's the turbo cancer that's popping up now, boy.
Are you saying there's SV40 in some of these vaccines?
Buddy, there's all kinds of fucking shit in these
Unknown
vaccines.
carcinogen they knew existed back in the 50s?
Yep.
SV40?
Yes.
Simian virus 40 derived from monkeys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you think that's in there, eh?
Yes. We covered it. What, did you watch my 2018? Brother, did you watch my 2018 live stream? I don't know if you watched it live. If you didn't watch it live, I re-uploaded it because they took it down in 2020 or for guideline violations. It wasn't even called medical misinformation back in 2020. That came in 2022. But they took me down for, it's called, I'll send you a link to it. Rewatch it. It's me going through the ingredients of mRNA and the CRISPR and the spike proteins that they're going to infuse in vaccines by 2020. And what did people do when I made that video, Eduardo?
They said you're a genius, Mike. Thank you for telling us the truth.
No, they called me fat.
Oh, man. You can't make this shit up, can we, Mike?
Nope.
Nope. Anyways, that's all I got for you tonight.
All right, brother.
But I hope they don't turn this into another 407.
Oh, no, hold on. We got a problem. No. You can't go anywhere.
Uh-oh.
Did you watch my last night's little short video I put up for 2 minutes? 2-minute video?
I may have seen it.
You would know if you saw it because Bill C63 is coming back.
Why am I not surprised?
And now that Carney's got a majority government, he's going to push that shit through.
Government or dictatorship? Because it wasn't really elected as a majority. It's by floor crossers and payoffs and all kinds of scandals. So, I don't know about government. Dictatorship, yeah.
Liz just messaged me on YouTube here. She's saying, Mike Martins, we forgot to tell you that Leo told the nurse that he took all the vaccines, like you said, to say it worked. They left him alone.
Oh, good.
So what you do, guys, when you go into a hospital, they ask you, did you take a vaccine? I took 26 vaccines. Oh, yeah, and I snorted vaccines. You tell them that you took vaccines to bed with you. That's what they want to hear. They want to hear that you're going to die soon. That's what they want to hear.
Yeah, and ask if there's any new ones to let you know as soon as possible.
Oh, and Steve brought up a comment right now. The government can arrest you before a crime. Now, that's part of Bill C63, my friend. Watch last night's 2-minute short. It will change your life.
I will see you in the gulags, Mike. Next caller, please.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, that is Eduardo. He will be seeing me in the gulags. All right. So, let's just see who else we have here. Graphene, fetal cells, yeah. Sheena dies cooked. Yeah. Woo! Canada is in for a bumpy ride. Okay, I got somebody else. Okay, let's see who else. Who else do we have here that needs to come on the show to tell us something? I get so many reels, clips from people every day. Hundreds of them a day. No one messages me, hi, Mike. How are you? Are you good? No, it's just somebody messaged me. Oh, what do they want? Oh, no, they're just sending me a clip of someone that's talking about what we said 3 years ago. It's like, yeah, we can't win. We can't win. All right, let's see if we can get another caller here. I'm going through my chat logs here. See who is here. So Eduardo's off. Oh, come on. You know, Mitch is not calling me back. Mitch is not calling us back. And another person we haven't heard from in a while is Black Powder Bill. But Mitch is not calling me back. I'm gonna try and call him. I've left him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 messages, and I called him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, trying to get a hold of Mitch. So, yep. Anybody, come on. Anybody, come on. Let's do this. Message me. You found me on Instagram. Add me on Instagram. Let me go to hidden messages. No hidden messages. Again, it's just reels. People sending me reels. People talking in their cars. People talking about food. To people talking about this. People talking about that. Eduardo that we had. Okay. I'm just going to start calling random people that send me hundreds of reels. I'm going to say, what's going on? What's going on? You got lots of information you want to send me. All right, let's call someone here. What time is it, guys? What time is it in South Africa? What time is it in South Africa? Could someone tell me what time it is in South Africa? I got someone that sends me 300 things a day, and I'm just gonna give him a call. I don't care. Let's call him. Let's see if he picks up. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Ben.
Hello.
Ben, is that you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, are you?
Hello.
Yeah, Ben, I can hear you perfectly.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Yes, Mike. Yes, Mike.
Yes, it's me, Mike Martins.
Yes, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I just wanted to call you on the show because you send me a lot of information on a regular basis, and I want to talk to you. And
Yes, Mike. Yes.
so what do
Can
you?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. So you are in South Africa, and you've been sending me a lot of information about what's happening there in South Africa to the farmers, the white farmers, and the people being deported or removed off their land, and all kinds of stuff happening. So what is going on?
Yes, Mike. You know what? We are from the Black Monday movement. If you go and you Google 2018, you will see there was mass protest across South Africa relating to farm murders. Now, we've got a huge problem in South Africa relating to the farm murders. We only consist of 7% of the population. We are in the minority. So what happens? At least every week there's a farm attack or 2 or 3 farm attacks. And you can say there's about 1 farm murder every week. We are not a lot of farmers. There was about, since 1994, there was about 60,000 farmers. Now there's only about 35,000 farmers left. So we have a big concern. The farmers are being killed on their farms. And the South African government is not doing anything. They're not condemning the killing of the farmers. In fact, they've got the slogan, the ANC government, the ANC regime that's having a slogan on the manifesto or something that before 1994, in which they said they've got the song, kill a boer, kill a farmer. And they don't want to do away with that. That is their ideology. They want to kill all the farmers in South Africa.
So they want to kill the farmers, and then then the land just goes to nothing because no one wants to work the land, and the African doesn't want to work. A majority of Africans don't want to work the land, so your country will just starve in the end. That's just exactly what's going to happen to starve. South Africa will just starve, and it will have to depend on importing in food.
That's correct. You know what's going to happen. We're going to follow the same route as Zimbabwe. Before 1994, you see what happened with Zimbabwe now. Zimbabwe is nothing. They don't have an economy. Now, interest now, the inflation is very, very, very high. You can take a wheelbarrow now, put in money in the wheelbarrow, you can't even buy properly food.
So they're going into hyperinflationary territory.
That's correct. And South Africa is heading towards the same path because of this communist ideology of the South African ANC government. And currently, they're not the majority anymore. But you know what? They are now they aligned with the Iran regime as well as other communist regimes. But they mess up everything in South Africa.
It's really sad to see what's happening, but I do have some good news. I know that in Portuguese Africa and Mozambique, they have been taking in a lot of white farmers and giving them land in Portuguese Africa and Mozambique. They've given lots of land to white farmers from South Africa that have arrived there.
I follow that. I saw that. But you see, it's the ideology of the communism. There's a lot of communism influence in South Africa, and that, you know what, we must do away with communism. Communism never worked across the whole world. Never.
Never. No, never. And a lot of Europeans fled Europe because of communist or going anti-Christian or anti-this or going into Maoism and Stalinism and all kinds of weird shit. And a lot of people fled to South Africa, fleeing this persecution, and to build a new strong country together. And then now the people are brainwashed into this communist new dictator rule to take back land they got nothing to do with. What are they going to do? They take back the land, and then what? They starve.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. You must understand, we've got a farming community of only 35,000 farmers now.
So you got 35,000 farmers left.
For a population of 62 million.
Okay, you got 62 million people.
35,000 farmers live there.
So 62 million people population, you got 32,000 white farmers left.
That's correct. But now you see what's happening now. They've got this racist thing. In the government of South Africa, they've got more than 145 race-based laws now that is discriminating against the minority population. They want to exterminate the white population of South Africa. That is what the ideology is.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid to go shopping in a city? Are you afraid to go out and do business or go to a bank or do commerce? Are you afraid to do things like when you go into cities, being a white person?
Most of the white people now are afraid to go. They go to safe places, like safe shopping malls. They don't even want to go to towns where it's not safe because they are getting robbed, killed. It's not only the farmers, it's white South Africans that are also being killed. Not on their farms, but in the public. They shoot and kill the people. They're not afraid. They don't worry. There's lawlessness in South Africa. That is the biggest problem.
So what are they expecting to achieve from doing what they're doing exactly? Like what are these governing governments promising them in the end if they kill the whitey? What are they promising them? What's going to happen?
You know what? They want to promulgate the Land Expropriation Act, that they want to seize farms, they want to seize the white people's property. This expropriation bill that they put through in 2025, it is therefore they want to take away people's property, understand? That can be a business, that can be a farm, that can be a plot, residential area, it can be the rural areas. What they do is they want to do that because of the votes. They want to stay in power. They want to stay in power. Now they come with this legislation telling the people they're going to expropriate people's property, understand? Right. So they can take it and give it to the majority.
But the majority okay, it's like here in Canada. Let me explain to you what's happening here in the country I'm in, Canada. So they're getting rid of the European expansion here too. They're getting rid of the white people, the Europeans. We're getting phased out, or we're getting deported, or we're getting pushed out, or we're being offered assisted suicide, okay? Now, through the government. Now, what's going to happen in Canada is going to be the same thing like South Africa, and the same thing like when the Portuguese left Angola. Same thing when the Portuguese left Mozambique. Exactly. Everything falls apart. There's no one to maintain. The Pakistani, the Indians, the Chinese that come here to Canada, they don't build anything. They don't fix anything. They don't repair anything. They don't contribute to anything to build society. So when the roads break, the buildings fall apart, there's no one there to fix it anymore. And that's what's going to happen too in Canada. Canada is a little bit, it's doing it differently. They're doing it through assisted suicide here, where you go and you can't afford to buy food, or you're homeless, or you're depressed. They offer you suicide in Canada, right? And yeah, so it's getting really bad. And now what they're openly doing in South Africa is I don't even know how no other country with bigger authority has stepped in. But I know Mozambique for the last 5 years, they've been taking in, Portuguese Africa has been taking in people from South Africa. They've been bringing them in. They've already brought in 6,000 people from South Africa to work, and they're giving them land in Mozambique. Here, how much acreage do you need? What do you grow? What can you help us with? So they're getting something in Mozambique. So from where you are, it's probably what, 3 days drive to Portuguese Africa?
No, it's only it's from my place where I'm staying. I'm staying in Mpumalanga now.
Okay.
From where I'm staying, it's only 600 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
only
you're
6 hours drive, and then you're in Mozambique.
Oh, you could be in Portuguese Africa within a day, right?
Yeah, within a day. Then you can be in Maputo, and then you can be you can travel quite some distance inside of Mozambique. But you know what? Mozambique was also there was a lot of civil war there. The faction fights there was also a big problem for Mozambique.
Yeah,
So
because
currently
the IMF,
they've got this. They've got the Islamists now also try to infiltrate Mozambique.
They're being
in the
deported.
northern parts of Mozambique.
They're being completely deported. I checked the news 2 weeks ago, but I followed the news there very closely. They're deporting all the Muslims. They're burning mosques, and they're deporting Muslims from Mozambique. They're getting rid of all of them.
They must do it. You know what? Islam is a dangerous, very dangerous religion.
Yep.
And the influence in South Africa is quite big, because the South African government, as I told you, is aligned with Iran. And I think Iran is supporting them financially to stay in power, to give money for the elections and to pay for the ANC political party, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things going on in South Africa. The Islamist drive in South Africa is quite big, but we as the minority population, we're not afraid, you understand, Mike? We fought a lot of wars in South Africa, a lot of wars to defend our country, but we don't want to go that path. But we are a minority, and the world doesn't want to see what's going on. And when you start pushing the minorities, exterminating the minorities, taking away their rights, we don't have any rights in South Africa, Mike, nothing. We've got the Constitution now, but the Constitution means nothing. We've got, as I told you, 145 race-based laws against the minority population of South Africa.
That's really scary. It's really heartbreaking to hear this. It's really...
Where do you see in the world? Where do you see in the world that the majority government having racist laws against the minority? This is the same like, you know what, Rwanda, if you can remember Rwanda. Was this genocide there. They killed more than 800,000 people. And this Julius Malema jumping up and down, kill a boer, kill a farmer, inciting violence. He's actually telling his people, his followers, to kill the whites. That kill the boer, kill a farmer now is a slogan, kill the whites.
Well, it's like the Quran. The Quran says kill the non-believers, right?
Yes, the Quran is also exactly the same. They against Christians. And in their country, if you are a Christian, an Orthodox Christian or Christian, a believer, and you believe in God, they kill you because you believe in God.
Wow, that's intense, man. This is really... Where are you right now? Are you home? Are you working? Are you outside?
I'm working. I'm on the road. I'm exporting vehicles. You see, we've got a high crime rate in South Africa also. Lots of hijackings, cash in transit incidents where they blow up vehicles that's transporting cash. If you follow the news in South Africa, our crime is most highest in the world. We've got only a population of 62 million people now, but we've got the highest crime in the world. And the people, you know what? The other countries, they don't actually, the people don't want to come to South Africa because of this crime rate.
It's really, really sad. Really sad. And I know a lot of South Africans have migrated to Southwest Africa to Angola. And I know a lot of them went up to Angola too, because I watched the Portuguese news in Africa myself, right? And there's lots of South Africans moving east and west along the coast there, escaping South Africa. I just, now hearing it from you, and the people listening to the show right now hearing it from you, understand now we truly heard it from someone on the ground there, how bad South Africa is. And I'm afraid, my friend, that Canada is going to be like that too. In about 5 to 10 years, they're going to be discriminating against Europeans here, right? And Christians. They're already after
Mike,
the Christians.
if your people in Canada is not going to stand up now and fight for your rights now, at this moment you are a majority there. But if you're not going to stand up for your rights now, protecting your country now, you will fall like South Africa. But the problem is, in 1994, the world pushes for a democratic state, nah? So that everybody must be treated equally. Nah? It must be fairness in South Africa. Nah? We actually handed over our whole government to the Africans, nah? To the majority, nah? By means of a vote. We know that they're going to vote us out because we are in a minority. We are only a few million people. I don't even think we are more than 4 million whites. That's including the colors and the Khoisan. Huh? But we are in the minority. And we knew that if we're going to hand over the government, things will happen. And you see, after 1994, things was going well under Mandela's rule, President Mandela. He said, his words were, there must be equality in South Africa. But then things changed when the next president, President Thabo Mbeki, took over. Now, he said there must be radical transformation, meaning that they must take over the whole government by means of pushing out the whites, the coloreds, Indians, pushing them out of the government system to take over all control out of the government. And now currently, now, there's so much corruption in South Africa now. They can't even maintain the roads. They can't maintain the schools are dilapidated. Our police stations, you must see the police stations in what condition the police stations are. They don't care. They only care about corruption, stealing money. You know what? How many millions and millions of rands were stolen since 1994? More than 1 trillion rand. That was stolen since the ANC took over in South Africa.
Oh, that's a lot of cake.
You can imagine 1 trillion rand. It's a lot of money. How many schools could have been built? How many roads could have been built? The whole infrastructure is collapsing under the ANC government.
Wow. Wow.
Really?
I'm speechless, brother. I'm absolutely speechless. And I remember back during the Nelson Mandela administration, he would go visit Catholic churches. He would go visit hospitals. He would go visit, do his public service duty as a fair man. And now it's like, holy shit.
President Mandela, now, Martin, as I can explain to your audience, now, President Mandela said, listen, let us stop this fighting between the whites, between the Africans. Let us get a real democratic state where everybody is equal in terms of the law. Nah. But you know what? Nah, they don't care about Mandela's vision that he did have, his mission that he did have, that South Africa must follow the right path. The path of not destruction, but the communist ANC, which you know what happens now, nah? They think because they are part of BRICS, nah? They think they are controlling the southern hemisphere, together with China, together with Russia, together with all Brazil, together with all those big communist countries. Now South Africa wants to influence the world. But you know what? With their ideology, you know what? will any whites from overseas, from Europe or any other country, do you think they will come to South Africa, say, listen, they want to come and stay in South Africa because they want to bring their business to South Africa,
No,
so
they
that
won't.
they can also make a living here in South Africa? Do you think other white people from across the world will come to South Africa under these circumstances?
Nope, they won't. Nope. Once you get
They
white,
won't.
Nope, they won't. Nobody will invest a dime. Nobody will go in there. You'll have the Chinese are going into Africa, and then they're opening mines. But when the Chinese open and take over mines in Africa, they bring their own Chinese people to work. They don't bring Africans to work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why Angola's trying to kick out all the Chinese now. They want these racists out of there because they open mines. They treat the people from Angola like garbage. They don't learn how to speak Portuguese when they're there, and they just they're racists. And then we brought up the newscasts already on our show, telling we want these people out of our country because they're bringing in their own people to work in the mines, and the people that live there don't get any of the wealth. That's disgusting too.
That's disgusting, really. And you know what? I've got a lot of Portuguese friends in South Africa. Now, even in my own town, there's a Portuguese. He's having a Pick and Pay shopping franchise. Now, his name is Celso. Now, he's having also a property in Portugal. Now, he's staying in South Africa. Even he said, "Nah, you know what? Okay, I won't use those words now, nah? But the Africans, they've got their own rule of law. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
They don't abide to laws, nah, whatever. Nah? At the same like now, the constitution is there in South Africa. Nah? All the people must be treated equally. But you know what did they do? Nah? They said, no, there's a fine print in the constitution. We can discriminate against the minorities in South Africa. How in the world can you bypass a constitution? A constitution that's supposed to be where all people must be treated equally.
Right. By the people, for the people.
Yeah. You know how we as minorities feel. We are building, we built this country. Now, since we arrived in this country, since Jan van Riebeeck arrived here, since Vasco da Gama put foot on African soil, we built the South African country what it was before 1994. Now, everything was working, except we did have separate, what you call it, toilets. We got separate hospitals. We got separate everything. Now, but you know what? We built schools for the Africans. We built, they did have their own police stations. They did have the homelands because they've got like tribes in South Africa. Nah? There's more than 11 tribes in South Africa. So we, as the previous government see to it that they built schools for them there. They built hospitals for them there. They built police stations for them. They did have their own municipals there to function, to do their own governing there, etc. Now, but you know what? Now since 1994, everything I said we must share now. But you must see the condition in which the hospitals are. When the whites go there, they lie there for hours in the hospital before they get treatment. They treat you as if you are an animal. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Then the police stations, when you go to a police station, you're in a minority, you want to lay a charge there. They look you up and down as if you are coming from another planet. You understand that type of attitude
Yes.
they've got?
They look
Because
at you
we
like
are the majority, you are the minority, and they treat you as if you are a second-class citizen in this country.
Well, in Canada, that's how a lot of the whites and Europeans that built this country are being treated. We get treated like that everywhere we go here. It's pretty bad. Like, it's really, really, really bad where things have gotten so far out of hand. And the police, you call the police don't do anything. They use the form forming an opinion. Oh, this guy did this to me, or he's hurting me, he's damaging this, that. Oh no, this man is forming an opinion, leave him alone. It's like it's getting really bad up here too. And because here in Canada, I'll tell you how we're getting double whammied here in Canada, like double hit, is they're subsidizing wages for people from India that don't qualify for the job, but now employers are getting government money from our taxes to pay these people while the Canadian people stay home and homeless.
You know what's going to happen now. You're going to end up really. Your audience must listen to me. We are now through this process for 30 years in South Africa now. Canada is going to end up the same like South Africa, where they push the whites out. You won't have jobs. You won't have. You can't make a decent living because of. They've got the law in South Africa now that say if you don't have BEE now, you can't do business with government. And government they've got the monopoly. There's a lot of business that you can do with government. But currently, even in South Africa now, when you do have a BEE now, 30%. Let me explain to you now. The people that's having a BEE with Eskom. Eskom is a government power utility in South Africa now. That's providing electricity to the citizens now. Now, if you are a middleman, you are BEE. You've got the mine, you've got the BEE person in between, and then you've got the Eskom. Now, Eskom don't want to buy coal from the mine if there's not a BEE partner or BEE person. Huh? Oh. Now, the BEE person in South Africa now is getting at least 30% getting into his pocket without doing anything because he's just a middleman. So the BEE person buy the coal from the mine, and then that BEE person is selling it to Eskom again. You understand? So there's only a few elite in South Africa now that's getting rich. And the people of South Africa, the majority Africans in South Africa now is suffering because of this system of BEE. You know what? They create this BEE law in South Africa just to steal from the minority businesses in South Africa. You understand? They want to have shares in a company without putting any cent into the company. And that is now creating lots of problems in South Africa. All the people in South Africa must pay 30%. With the high rates now for electricity in South Africa, they must pay 30% on top of that, just because there's a BEE person in between buying a coal from the mine to the state entity. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
BEE is killing our economy because there's only a few people that's getting rich in South Africa now, getting all the money. But now the poor are suffering. They don't have work. There's no food. The economy is collapsing. Actually, we don't have a growth rate of about which we did have before 1994. In the 1975, we did have a growth rate of about 7.58%. Nah? We were a very strong economy. We did not have things in place that is hindrance for overseas companies to come and invest in South Africa. You understand? This was not that this BEE nonsense and this shit. So now, which company, overseas company, will come to South Africa, put in all their money into South Africa, opening a factory, but now they must give 30% just for a person to because it must be African. That's a partner that must get shares of 30% from this company, and he didn't put even R1 into this company. Nobody will do that, Mike.
Yep. No. Well, of course not. This is a really, really, really South Africa. The whole world, Ben, is going through a really tough time. Like, we're all going through something, and we're seeing the patterns, right? South Africa is 15 years ahead of Canada right now, right? So
yeah, that's for sure. Yeah,
Canada's going to catch up. Australia's doing the same shit. So is New Zealand. So is like the English Commonwealth countries are doing the same thing. England, London's been taken over by Muslims. They're eradicating white man from the earth, and the people that built the infrastructure, the people that laid the groundwork, the people that brought the sanitation, the running water, electricity, they're getting rid of the people that basically built a possible future for everybody, and then now they're being removed from the equation. Any other words? Any last words, Ben? We'll get you back on in a couple of weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks. We'll get you back on to update us. So this is Ben from South Africa. Is there anything else you want to leave us with here on the show?
Mike, what I can just tell the people from overseas now, please, this rainbow nonsense, it's not working.
That's right.
You know what? Europeans, they look at South Africa, say, listen, yes, this is what there was a government, there was a friendly handover. There was a new government taking shape in South Africa. You know what happens now? The world look at South Africa, say, hey, that's a rainbow nation. It's not working anymore, Mike. This rainbow nation is gone.
Yep.
Without, if you treat your citizens not equally, that is now, it doesn't matter what race that person is. Now, if there's no equality, where people are treated on an equal level, that, you know what? If that person's got the best qualifications, Mike, that, it doesn't matter what the color is. He can be black, he can be Indian, he can be white. Mm-hmm. If that person's got the best qualifications now and most suitable person for the job, then you employ that person, you take that person, because that is how your business is going to grow.
Of course.
But the moment you are forced by laws, nah,
equal hiring is a disaster. Equal hiring is a disaster.
Yeah. Now you must hire it because the government enforces you to hire a person now. And that person doesn't have the skills, he doesn't have the quality, nothing now. Mm-hmm. Your country is going to be ruined. And your listeners must listen to us. South Africa is going the wrong path. This ANC communist regime, it is a communist regime. You can go, your listeners can go, your audience can go and Google it up. They were aligned with the communist, all the communist countries in the world. They were aligned with them, and they still practice communism. But we've got a private sector now. Mm-hmm. But they are practicing communism ideology in a private sector. So this is devastating. It's killing South Africa, really. And for your audience, please, you must stand up. You must fight for your rights in Canada.
Okay, we will. Thank you, Ben, for being with us here on Mike and the Knights, and we'll get you back on in 3-4 weeks. Okay, brother?
And thanks for the opportunity, but really, I hope your people can pray for us that things must change.
We will.
If things is not going to change in South Africa, this country is going to be gone.
God bless you, Ben.
Thanks, Martin. Thanks for the time. Huh? Thanks very much.
Okay. So that's it. Canada's, 5, 10, 15 years behind in South Africa? They're blatantly disrespecting the people that built this country. They're blaming Whitey for everyone's problem here. And again, without the sanitation, without the running water, the highways, the schools, the stadiums, the libraries, the police state, without everything, we wouldn't have a country here today, right? So that was a great call from South Africa. Yeah, I'm going to start cold calling people that send me a lot of messages on Mike in the Night. Yeah, so we'll definitely get him back on again in the next 3 to 4 weeks to just, where are we with South Africa? What's going on? Is there anything? But they need our prayers, man. These people need our prayers, man. The world's going dark, folks. The world's going dark. It's going dark. All right, let's see who else is... Comments are moving nicely. We got Dino Bravo in the comments tonight, very vocal. We got Barbara Carlson in the house. Linny Poo in the house. Yeah, we'll pray for you, Ben. Okay. All right, just going through the different platforms. Guys, if you enjoyed Mike in the Night, don't forget to share this. If you're watching this on our Facebook, please share this on Facebook, guys, for us. Please just get this show out there. We've been doing this for too long to be ignored. We've been doing this too long to be ignored. Too many years to be completely ignored by the masses. So we got Rumble chats moving nicely, too. Whoa. Oily Film is saying, stop feeding them and giving them things. Right, stop giving them things. All right. Yeah, guys, we are on Kick. We are on Kick too, guys. If you ever want to follow us on Kick, if you have a Kick account, I'm on Kick right now. If you guys want to, let me just go over here real quick and get you guys. There's my Kick. So if you guys want to follow us on Kick, there's the Kick dashboard. There's Kick stream, whatever. I think that goes to my dashboard, but I think it goes to the channel or wherever it goes to. But if you guys want to follow us on Kick, you can do that too. I think we got one follower on there, so I'm not going to promote it too hard. But, yep, we're sending prayers to Ben. And Leo, too. Don't forget Leo. He needs to get better, too. Okay, let's see who we can get on here next on Mike in the Nights. Let's see if we can get another new caller here. Let's see who we could get on here. Who could we get on this show tonight on Mike in the Night? All right, guys, you tuned into Mike in the Night 647. Join our email list, MikeMartins1980@gmail.com. Just email me. That's my email, MikeMartins1980@gmail.com. I will go ahead and add you to our mail list so you don't miss an episode of Mike in the Night. Remember, guys, viewer discretion is advised. 21 and older. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Fact check and do your own research. 18 U.S. Code, Section 18 U.S. Code, Section 2257 for Mike in the Night. And, guys, don't forget, guys, let's do a real quick channel plug here. Our boy Dano here needs your help. So if it's called Johnny Depp Presents the People's Artist. I shared this on my Facebook. So our boy Dan is signed up for the People's Artist. We'll start voting in 13 days and 23 hours. So if you guys want to vote for Dano, do that, please. Vote for Dano from artbydano.com, artbydano.net. One of our long time Mike in the Nighters. And if you want to buy your boy a coffee, go ahead. There's a link in the description. Buy your boy a coffee. We got 3 coffees tonight here on Mike in the Night. We got one from Tio, Marcello, and we got one from Barbara, right? And Dino Bravo, Canada's strongest man, picked us up a coffee here tonight on Mike in the Night. So there it is right there, guys. So don't forget to People's Artist Johnny Depp Award. Can you fix the Kick link? Damn, I don't even know, man. It's not going to... let me see here. Let me see if I could go to... Let me see if I could go to my Kick link here. Oh, here it is. I found it. I found the link. I found it. I found the link. I found it. And I gotta lower the volume on it. Give me a sec, guys. There it is. All right. Okay, let me go on the thing real quick here and give you the Kick link here. If you guys want to follow us on Kick, we're going to be there too. Boom! There it is. That link works. Thank you, Low Roller Scratcher, for letting us know where we're at. All right, let me get a swing of water here. Guys, message me right now. Send me a message request. Wait. All right, let's see. It looks like we got another caller. So let's get Mike Madeda on the show. It looks like Mike Madeda is messaging me here. Yeah, it looks like we got a real good show here tonight, folks, for you guys on Mike in the Night. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right.
Midnight calling, yeah, the signals line across the oceans. Feel that vibe. Sydney lights to London rain. New York Post to Canada's pain.
that ship. Something's changing, something's amiss. Through the sand, through the lights, there's a voice they can't disguise.
From open streets to the underground, there's a rhythm in the truth we found. You can try to mute, but it won't stay down. When the beat hits hard, it shakes the town.
Commonwealth, woo! Commonwealth, woo! Hey, voice of the Commonwealth, from the streets to the global well. Hear it loud, hear it clear tonight. It's Mike in the night, shining light. Oh, please don't follow. We lead the way to the noise. What they hide, what they say. 5 nations, one voice, one sound. When the true drops, feel that ground. Headlines spinning like a disco ball. Truth gets buried, but we see it all. Numbers rising.
All right, guys. Just trying to find someone else to call into the show. If somebody wants to message me, I get lots of... I get bombarded with reels from people. Lots of reels. From all these new influencers that showed up after 2020 to tell you what you already know. But you already know it because you've been here on Mike of the Night. All right. Let's see if we could get... yeah, we got nobody. We got nobody. It's dry. We are dry. All right, so let's go through some of your comments here. Thank you for prayers. Best for my best friend Leo. That's from Liz. And then we got Oily Film saying circle, circle, square. It's a pattern. And Dino Bravo saying it's planned tick season. You mean? Yeah, everything's all planned. Just like that piece of crap Bill. Remember that piece of crap Bill Gates? With the mosquitoes and shit and geoengineering mosquitoes. So, wait, is that Mitch Madden? Whoa, 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 whoa. Mitch Madden's on Rumble, people. We've been trying to get a hold of Mitch. I've been trying to call Mitch Madden for days, man. Mitch, can you do me a favor, Mitch, and turn on your Skype? Because I've been trying to call you for days. Turn on Skype. Turn on your Instagram, Mitch. I've been trying to call you. Someone's saying, read my super chats. I don't, I try to read my super chats. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Thank you. The stock market is completely dead at this point. It's only a matter of time before every North American company doesn't exist anymore. Moments away. Very true. From RC Laramu. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm doing 40 things here at once. I'm trying to find callers. I'm trying to watch the chats, watch this, watch that, audio, checking everything, making sure I got a show for you guys. So I'm doing my best. No, not Skype. I said Skype by accident. No Skype. Turn on your Instagram, Mitch. Insta, come on. Yeah, I know Skype is no longer a thing. I said it by accident. We use Skype for over 10 years on here. For over 10 years. And I'm not saying it to screw people or anything. It's been 10 years we've been using it. So if I say Skype by accident, I mean Instagram. Let's see. Let's see if we can get our boy here, Mitch. So where the hell has this guy's been, you know? But maybe he's busy. Mitch, are you busy? Where are you? You have to set up it. I just messaged you on Instagram. What do you mean set up Instagram? Anyways, I messaged Mitch on Instagram, so I don't think. I guess he has to get into. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, let's keep going here, my people, my beautiful people, on Mike in the Night. Let's read some more of your comments. Evil Microsoft shut down Skype. Yes, we know that. I won't say Skype anymore. We used it for 10 years, over and over, and it's broken into my head. Instagram. Let me give you guys my Instagram again if you want to send me a message here on Mike in the Night. So somebody emailed me asking me about Bill here. I'll just, you know what, guys, here. You need to know what's happening here in Canada. Let me go into this really quick. Let me go into my shorts real quick here. You guys it's a 2-minute video and you need to know what the hell is going on here. Shorts. Right here. So Canada's Crime Minister, Mark Carney, has just revived the online censorship bill. Oh yeah. There's a lot of bills that were passed to censor us, but he's revived one, and it's the big one. And these bills and all this have been building for years. And we've been here every step, breaking these bills down, what they're about, and how they'll harm us and what they could do to us. Now, in 2021, Bill C-36, that was the federal government tried to bring back Section 13 of the Canadian Human Rights Act. If you guys remember, targeting online speech. It didn't pass. Thank God. 2024, Bill C-63, the Online Harms Act, introduced under Trudeau. This bill proposed a digital safety commission fining people $20,000 to $50,000 in fines. And what's really controversial about that bill that shook me to the core was courts could restrict someone before a crime is even committed. And the bill dies in 2025 when that election was called. Remember? We told you they're going to call it an election. And it happened like we said. Now, 2026, it's back on the table. Carney wants it back. The government reconvenes with the same expert advisory, the same department, the same, they're calling it the online safety regime is back, right? Tax dollars are hard at work, right? So the political reality has changed, okay? Now the Liberals now hold a majority, and we said this was going to happen. Now they have a clear path to pass this bill. And it's coming. They're coming. You're coming for anyone that says anything. Now, what's the real issue? The definition of harm is broad and government defined. The previous bill targeted content before it even becomes criminal. So if this thing passes, this is what I'll get to it. This is what it means. Government will be all up in your online business, watching what you say. New taxpayer watchdogs will get 6-figure incomes watching what you say, deciding what stays up and gets wiped. You could get hit with fines based on how they interpret your words. And people start shutting up, not because they're wrong. They're shutting up because it's not worth the risk. And you know what else? They could go back up to 10 years and look at what you said. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken. There it is right there, folks. They could, I guess, archive 10 years back of what you said. I'll shut you down in a heartbeat. Put you in jail. They'll put you in jail. All right. So it looks like, we got Low Roller Scratcher over on Kick monetizing over there. Thank you. Yeah, so we got Low Roller there monetizing the show on that end there. See if I can make him a moderator here. Mute, reply, ban, pin, delete, chat, follow. Well, I'll follow Low Roller Scratcher, but I want to make him a moderator on here. I got to figure out how to do it. All right, so let's get our boy Mitch and see what he's been up to or where the hell he's at and his situation. And yeah, it is Mike in the Night.
You are now about lyric crazy podcaster named Mike Martin from the show called Mike in the Night. 3 in the morning and the city's still breathing. Truth on a mic while the whole world's sleeping. News ain't real, man, the script's been written. Mic on the air and the signal ain't hidden. From the coastlines out to the prairie towns, people tuning in when the sun goes down. No suits, no script, just a mic in a fight. When the clock hits 3, it's mic in the night. They try to mute it, try to shut it tight, but the truth keeps running through the wires at night. Street level talk, no polished promotion, just the raw voice of the Commonwealth spoken.
Mike in the night, hear the broadcast roar. Truth on the line like never before. 3 a.m. and the system's in sight. Voice of the Commonwealth. Mike in the night, Mike in the night. Cutting through the smoke, no safe lies, every word gets spoke. From the streets to the satellite height. Voice of the Commonwealth. Mike in the night. Government papers and midnight deals. Backroom.
Right.
Mitch, how you doing, buddy?
All right. What's a good word?
What is the good word? Where are you, man? I've been trying to contact people. You know, people notice when people go missing from the show, okay? So I was talking to the Raven, and the Raven was, I haven't seen Mitch in like 3-4 weeks. And another person I haven't seen in a while is Black Powder Bill. That's another person we haven't seen in a while on Mike of the Night. The guy from Athens, Georgia, right?
Right.
So we haven't seen him in a while, right? So I just tried to call. If you check your phone, I tried to call you a few times over the last week and got no answer. So how you been? Where you at? What's going on, buddy?
Well, I have a good reason. My wife and daughter arrived from the Philippines on March 18th, which
Nice.
was, and then we got married a week ago Sunday on April 12th. And, you know, we've been busy setting up house and getting things organized and stuff. It's just have a little small cabin on an acre here. And we're trying to, you know, working to get organized and everything. And I've kind of clicked onto your show on Facebook a couple of times just for a second, and then I thought, well, I'm just too busy to focus on the show and to get into the comments and everything.
That's fine.
But anyway, it's domestic issues, but they've all been positive.
That's good. I'm very happy. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I remember you were in the Philippines live with us in the Philippines,
Right.
with your wife in your house there and setting things up and just getting things done there. And I'm very happy that your wife came over and now you guys are. Now I will, in the next maybe a couple of weeks, I'll find a reason to come down and see you with my Filipino wife and we could meet up there. Just meet up and say hi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you've been to Bandon before.
Yeah.
And you know, summer's always best here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start surf fishing. I've got just about all my equipment all set up. I got my license and my extra fees and my special park fees that I had to pay to go into a place that I know the fishing is outstanding, and it's right next to the house. How much are gas prices in Canada right now, Mike, per liter in Canadian?
I can't. $1.70, $1.80.
What does that work out to? About $6 US a gallon?
Yeah, about $5.50, $7 US a gallon. Yeah.
Yeah, I just gassed up 2 days ago. I think it's about $5.15 is what I paid, and the cheapest in town is like $4.96, you know, US per gallon of regular. But, you know, Canada's always been a little higher because the taxes, you know, taxable things just seem to be much higher in Canada.
Oh, you're getting taxed to death. You're getting completely destroyed in Canada. And I don't know if you remember our comparison video where we got the poorest state in America, Alabama, and we compared to living in Toronto, how you will fall behind in Toronto in 5-6 years, where in Alabama you will actually work towards paying off a house, owning land, owning things, having a business, setting yourself up. Where living in Toronto, you're screwed. And that's comparing the poorest state in America versus one of the richest cities in Canada. We're getting destroyed here.
Yeah, there's still, as you know well, because you follow real estate, not just around there, but throughout America.
there are still places in America. They may not be the top rated places, but where a couple of young guys get out of high school and they get a job, at McDonald's or something, and they get a cheap apartment and they save up money and they can buy a damn house.
Yeah. We don't got that in Canada.
A couple of people on minimum wage, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, whatever.
Yep.
Just a couple people on minimum wage. If they handle their money right, they could actually save up and get into a house just on two minimum wages.
2 minimum wages. In Canada, I know people have 2 6-figure income government jobs. The video's up, Mitch, if you want to watch it. It's called 2 6-figure government jobs is the title of the video. I made it on YouTube. And they can't afford to eat in Canada. Canada's finished. Canada, and I've been trying to tell people, Canada is absolutely destroyed, finished. The Chinese money laundering, people still don't understand how detrimental and destructive the Chinese money laundering in Canada has been. $2.4 to $2.6 trillion from 2010 to March 2024. It's going to take decades, bitch, for them to fix this problem. We'll never become like America, where the average guy out of high school working at a Chick-fil-A could buy himself a 2-bedroom apartment for $45,000, $50,000, depending where he is in the U.S. Canada will never have that. We'll never have that in Canada. Never.
Yeah. I really feel sorry for the young people and what I don't know exactly how the parliamentary system works up in Canada, but in America, I'm pretty familiar with our system, and the two-party system, it used to have at least a semblance of a corrective measure. You'd have a Democrat in office for a term or two, and then you go to Republican, swing back and forth, and there would be some campaign issues, some platform issues that would be, would be predominant on one side or the other, and then they would get their agenda a little bit done, and the other ones get their agenda a little bit done, and it would kind of keep people a little bit happy and a little bit believing that their side, when they get back and they can get some of the things that they want done. But now it's just basically been exposed as just a facade, and the two-party system, it does not have any corrective measure to it at all. It's just like a long downhill slide. We're going that way in America, and our country is really, we have different dynamics that Canada. Canada still has a lot of energy. Very few people and a lot of energy.
We don't own it, Mitch. Canada doesn't own its own energy. A lot of it's all this crown corporate crap, government interference type of shit, and then a lot of the biggest lithium ion plant in Canada is owned by China. A lot of our oil is owned. China owns a lot of our tar sands. China owns a biggest coal mine in BC, where I am. No Canadian hires, Chinese owned. The Chinese bought our 2 biggest gold mines, one in Iguala and another one in, I forgot where it was. They bought 2 of our biggest gold mines. We have the energy, we have everything, but we don't own anything. If Canada built a refinery from oil to gas, oil to diesel in every single province, our gas would be 20 cents a liter here, Mitch, because we have an overabundance of fuel, and especially diesel, and we'd be exporting fuel. But they shut down to go green. Greta Thunberg, go green, Greta Thunberg. Now we're paying the price, and now Canadians are going to starve because it's finished, Mitch. It's game over.
I'm just wondering how in the world a country with so few people, with such great abundance of natural resources, could be so poorly managed that anybody would be hurting. You know what I mean? I don't understand how anybody in Canada could be hurting if the government was being run for the people.
Unfortunately, the government in Canada hasn't been run for the people in over 30 years now. It's been a long time coming, Mitch. Again, China owns a lot of our major resources here. They own a lot of our energy here. And they own a ton of our real estate, 2.4 to 2.6 trillion of our own real estate they own. Empty homes and condos littered across Canada. fentanyl coming in from China. So, yeah, Canada, and I've been telling you, and Mitch, you know this living in the States. You know, I've been saying, America, wake up. Canada is your biggest security threat, not Iraq. And I've been saying that for over a decade now, Mitch. And it's so poorly managed up here. I don't know what to. My kids are screwed. So I don't even know how or what to do now at this point.
Yeah, well, well, my girl from the Philippines, I'm not sure how things are going to work out for her. She's only 13. You've got kids in that
Yeah,
age
but you're in
range, don't you?
America, Mitch. You're fine. You're in America. You could. The people complaining in America that are not getting ahead or not getting this or not getting that are the people that don't want to do nothing and get free stuff. A lot of people in America are doing really well if they made the right choices in life because they're free to make the right choice in life. They're free to. Right? You're in America, dude. You move somewhere Central Florida, you're set. You like you said, you work a minimum wage job and buy a house. 2 minimum wage jobs, you buy a house in America.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's also, like you said, making the right choices. My daughter from my first marriage, she's only 35 years old. She waited until she was 30 to get married. She married a really good guy, and that was only 5 years ago. She's already given me 2 grandkids, and she was right below the CEO of a big company, and her husband worked for Google, and now he's big shot with Netflix. And anyway, they make so much money, Mike, that they make more money in 1 year than I made in my whole life. I'm not kidding you.
It's America.
And they got three big houses down Silicon Valley, up in the Silicon in Washington, and they got a big place around the corner from me on an acre and a half, big giant house, and they rent out for bed and breakfast. They haven't managed, but anyway, but she waited until she was 30 to get married. She waited until she was married to have kids, and she captured a good husband, and she has a career of her own also. And so she made all the right choices, which was very fortunate for me and for her. And so, like you said, if you make the right choices in life, and she was made, she was average, a student, maybe a little, she was an honors student, but she was not a valedictorian or anything, and she, in other words, just an average person. Just an average person. You don't even have to graduate high school in America.
No,
you can still be successful just by making the right choices.
It's the pursuit of happiness and the American dream. It still exists in comparison to what we have in Canada. We have no opportunities, man. Opportunities here are dead. Everything is so expensive. Just to get into a piece of real estate, a shelter, so you don't get rained on or snowed on. You gotta give everything you got. You gotta work 3-4 jobs. You gotta have 7-8 people to a room if you want to have a piece of property here in this country, because you're competing with Chinese money laundering. You're competing with trillions.
Mike, I've seen your energy bill, and it exceeds my entire Social Security check. Just your energy bill.
Yep. I read my bills. Remember, I was reading my bills 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago online before all these people doing this.
They have. You had a bill that had a delivery tax, and then a tax on the delivery tax or something like that.
Yeah, and then storage fees and this and that, and my gas is in the ground.
Yeah, on delivery tax, and then a tax on the delivery tax, and then a per unit tax, and then another tax, and then a open mic tax, and this tax, and I don't know how many taxes were on there, but I think that was maybe $600 or $700 a month Canadian, and that was during a month where you weren't even using a lot of energy.
Yep. In Canada, see, I was reading those gas bills in 2015, 2016, 2017, before all these people are doing it now. All these influencers are reading their gas bills now. Right. It's like, they should have read them 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago when it mattered, because now it's all catching up now. It's all catching up, Mitch.
Well, what about this AI? They say these AI plants need so much energy that the way that it's being paid for is by gouging the regular people that are living in apartments and houses.
Yes, they're offsetting the rates in a way, so that it could pay for these what do you call them, tech centers, and AI centers that they're building, and fusion centers too. Now, let's not forget the fusion centers. Fusion centers there too. So that's what they're doing. They are offsetting rates and kilowatt per hour is going up for a lot of people. And they're saying, oh, it's inflation. No, it's not. Basic energy lines, these energy structures, these energy plants were bought and paid for decades ago, Mitch. So they shouldn't be charging us so much because it's already built.
Yeah, well, I've got a good setup here. We've been working revamping my mom's garden that my brother put in these raised beds, and it's all I just about got it ready. It's all deer fenced and everything, and we've got a super high producing, high quality well, drilled well, and a septic system, and so we don't have to pay for water, sewer, and we can have all the gardening we want, all the watering we want, no fees. Just pay a tiny bit of electricity to run the pump, for the well. But also, we belong to a electric co-op here, and it's a kind of like you're kind of an part owner. It's a co-op. And we get our power from the Bonneville Dam up on the Columbia or the Snake River or whatever, and so it's a water produced. I've worked on those big turbines, that they put in below these dams. They run them down through these humongous pipes, 8-foot plus pipes, and they come down, they turn the turbines, and that creates electricity. Mm-hmm. Well, we get the electricity all the way down here on the southern Oregon coast from the Bonneville Dam. So we're not subject. And also our company, we buy our electricity in lots into the future. Mm-hmm. So we have long-term contracts. And I kept the house comfortable all last month, and it was $72 for the whole month for electricity in the winter. And
oh God, I have my bill here from my store. I don't think it's here. Let me just see if it's behind me. I brought it to the store to show people. My electricity bill last month for my store was like $475.
Wow. My goodness.
My little store. My store is not big, right?
Yeah. So no, it's just a tiny store.
We're getting absolutely, completely destroyed, and I've been trying to warn people for so many years, Mitch, about this coming, and it's going to get worse because I lived in the epicenter. I lived in Vancouver. I lived at Stadium, downtown Vancouver, and I was seeing how we were getting taken over by Chinese. They were coming in, and they were buying and bidding homes millions over asking. So a $200,000 home, Mitch, the bidding was started at $200,000. And will close at $2.6 million for a piece of garbage house. A piece of garbage house you could buy in, let's say, Louisiana for $15,000.
Man, I don't. Have you ever? I'm sure that you've considered trying to do a strictly online business for your games and stuff. For your merchandise.
My only problem is shipping is just too damn expensive. The shipping we're getting destroyed. Watch my shipping videos, Mitch.
Yeah, that's another problem in Canada.
We're completely destroyed.
It's still within reason in most of America, depending on how sophisticated you are at, knowing all your options, in shipping. But I haven't found any serious problems. I haven't ordered much but for several years, I was ordering a lot of merchandise, and I found that shipping was not a big cost factor. When you looked at the whole picture. But you had mentioned some things a couple of years ago about what was happening to shipping there, and you can't even ship into the U.S. anymore, right? Because it's cost prohibitive, or vice versa.
Yep. For me to have something and ship it to an American, it cost me like $70. I shipped something the other day, a little box, $77. So,
it sounds like a scam.
Everything's a scam, Mitch. Everything's a complete scam.
For years I sent buy-in boxes over to the Philippines. Big giant boxes.
I got two of them right beside me here, full, ready to go.
Yeah, no weight limit. You know, you always throw out your back, you know, with all the cans of Spam and stuff in there. But anyway, um, I've sent tons of boxes over there over the years, and I just love doing it. Um, but when Duterte, the last president, you know, 6-year term in presidency there, before Marcos, when Duterte got in there, the customs over in the Philippines, see, you're almost exempt from customs when you send the blig mine. You fill out the customs forms as long as you meet their criteria and don't put any guns or any crap like that in there, you know, that might be something real serious. They just go right through customs. They don't open them. They don't inspect them generally. And anyway, what customs was planning to do right when Duterte got into office about 7 or 8 years ago is they were planning on opening up the boxes and then charging customs duty to the receiver.
Oh, that's garbage.
For the value of the merchandise in there. And Duterte went ballistic, and he told the customs officials, do not touch these balik-bayan boxes. These Filipinos around the world, overseas foreign workers and Filipinos that have immigrated for work and for prosperity, a better life, that they put their heart, their soul, their love, their blood, sweat, and tears into the ingredients in these boxes to send back to their loved ones who are very poor, who can't afford to pay any duty. And he told them, you know, basically that he was gonna raise hell with them if they tried to pull any crap. And anyway, they put a stop to that whole idea of charging duty on the balik mine box. Now, if you ship something over there that has any value through the U.S. Postal Service, and then it goes into the Philippine Postal Service, they will be waiting. They will open it up, and if it's a wristwatch or something, they'll be arriving at the door of the receiver and asking a humongous duty fee on those. Anyway, that's very corrupt, and it sounds like Canada is really corrupt.
Oh, my Wanderer's jacket. I have a video that's up. I made a video. I paid $84 in importing fees from the U.S., and the jacket cost me $60 to buy. The video's up. Yep. Just type in jacket from America. Importing fees, Canada. You'll see the video. You'll laugh. I showed the bill.
But you paid $60 to America and $40 to Canada?
No, I paid $60 for the jacket, and I paid $84 to get it into Canada.
Well,
I paid importing fees. Importing fees were $84.
You didn't pay 60 plus 24, which is 84. You paid 60 plus 84?
Yes.
For your Wanderer's jacket?
Yep.
Well, how in the hell do they get away? Why would anybody in Canada even buy anything if they had to pay that kind of, you know?
Well, I bought it because I can't find it here, right? So I just bought it with $60, and then like, how bad is it going to be, right? And they charged me $84 to get the jacket into the country.
So when you initially bought it, you weren't aware of what you knew that it was going to be a fee, but you had no idea.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like $10 or something, $10-12, right?
That's like buying a new car from America and paying 2.5 times the price.
Well, that's what we pay already in Canada for a car. Or it's already 2.5 times the price you guys sell it for down there. We're destroyed. We're finished.
Yeah, you can buy a little. I mean, I don't know much about it, but the Ford makes a little Maverick truck now. They just think they put them online just about 4 or 5 years ago, and they've got a little truck that you can get. There's a hybrid model, and it averages about 34 miles to the gallon in mixed driving, and it's not a real super duper pickup truck, you know what I mean? But it's a nice, comfortable looking truck, and and you can get them for brand new. They start at under 30 grand US, and then if you add the different trim levels, the XLT, the hybrid, the this, the that, you can get up 34, 35,000, maybe 37,000 for the real high end one, you know. But I'm talking about a brand new Ford truck with a full warranty and everything. Those little Mavericks that get unbelievable gas mileage, the hybrids. And I mean, right now with the price of gas, you have to think about those things. And I just think the way that the world's going right now, we may not see cheap gas. You know, I've always seen gas prices go up and down and up and down, and you know, the prices go up and everybody's trying to sell their gas hogs and you can't give them away. The best time to ever buy a gas hog is when the prices of gas are high. But then it always goes down.
Yeah.
But this time, I'm not so sure it's going to go down. It might even go higher.
Yep. So here is my video I was telling Mitch about. Here's the video I bought. There's the Wanderers jacket I bought. And then there's the bill right there. There it is. And then what happened, Mitch? The reason why is even though I paid $60-something for the jacket, I have it here. I had it open here. Damn it. Where'd it go? I got it open here. Hold on. It breaks it down. They actually valued the jacket at $160, even though... There it is. They valued it at $162.89, even though I paid $70 for it. And there's the customs bill right there for you guys to see.
Wow. That's really corrupt.
Oh, it's really bad. It's terrible. It's
Now, Mike, when I was young, people who worked for the government, whether city, county, state, or federal, who worked for the government, generally made a little less money than the private sector, equivalent, and it wasn't a place where a go-getter would want to go, you know.
Yeah, go-getter started his own business, his own corporation, or started on the corporate ladder from the bottom, sweeping floors, and got to manager in 5 years. Those are the go-getters. But the people that couldn't make it in those sectors worked for the government.
Yes, but now the people that I'm seeing retire from city, county, state, and federal government are making six figures for their retirement check.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
I'm not bullshitting. Even teachers, just a teacher, they can easily make 50, 60 grand a year for their retirement check.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was a government fireman. He retired at 50 with 25 years of service, and he just died. He was almost 90. Mm-hmm. So he collected retirement for 40 years. He worked for 25 years. And with all the government time off, the paid time off that you get, he didn't work 25 years. He probably worked 18 years out of those 25, because he got so much time off with the government, and then he collected his retirement for 40 years. So he paid in 25 years of government service as a government fireman at the Mare Island shipyard. They used to build submarines down there. He paid in somewhere between $12,000 and $14,000 during that 25 years of service into his retirement, and he collected I don't know, I probably a couple $1 million, you know.
Whoa!
But I'm telling you, Mike, the way to do it is to get into a government job. It used to be for the, like you said, for the kind of people that really weren't on the ball and didn't have much ambition. You know, you just go and get a government job and just stay there for 35, 40 years and get a nice pension. Well, now it's almost the smarter thing to do, because you have more security in a government job. You have better benefits, you have better pay, and you have better retirement. Mm-hmm. And if you go into the private sector, you know, you're at risk at all the time of losing your job, or you're getting run out of business, or, you know, COVID shut down, or this or that. If you're in the government, you're not going to lose nothing's going to stop you from getting your paycheck, you know.
Yeah, it's a communist. It's a form of communism. You get paid regardless.
Yeah, I don't want to say that all government employees are losers, but if I was kind of a young guy that, you know, was thinking kind of like a loser would think, I'd want to get me a government job. Yeah.
Well, I mean, working for the ambulance, working as a firefighter, you know, that's cool.
First responders is a different can
That's
of worms.
Cool. I'm talking about people that's working in the government. I come from China. Now I work government in Canada. I don't know what I do, but I make six figure, and I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people pushing pencils in the government here in Canada. So I'll give you an example. There was a park and recreation guy I was talking to in Vancouver. Park and recreations, and they go to all the parks, the kids' parks, and they fix the jumble gyms and the jungle gyms or whatever they call those things. They fix to make sure the parks are safe for the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I asked him. I said, how many people you guys got? He's like, oh, we used to have about 800 people working and fixing these parks and making sure they're safe. We're down to 63. Okay. So they're cutting government jobs? Is that what they're doing? Oh, no, they're not. The HR has 400 people in our department. 400 HR. I go, let me guess, they're Chinese? He goes, yeah, the majority of them are Chinese and they don't even speak English. I'm like, oh, yes. They got 400 people in HR now. So they're redirecting the money for the workers that actually fix the parks for the kids and make sure the swings aren't broken, the slides aren't broken, making sure no one's getting hurt and changing things and kicking out the homeless people. And they cut that back to fill up the HR full of Chinese people. And he told me straight up. How it's going down. And it's like, yep, oh yeah. They always find ways to remove the people that they need to put in more people in the HR. Mm-hmm.
I'll be darned.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? Ernest Hemingway allegedly said, always do sober what you said you would do when you were drunk.
Yeah.
He said that will teach you to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
But anyway, the world is kind of going to hell in a handbasket. I've got a pretty lucky setup here. First of all, Mike, anybody my age, baby boomer, if they're not set up, at the end stage of their life, if they're not set up, it's their own damn fault in the majority of the cases. Mm-hmm. Not all the cases, but a baby boomer should be set up because it was so easy to get a job and it was so easy to buy a house and it was so easy to be gainfully employed and to pay your bills and to go on vacation and have fun and raise a family, 50 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it was a whole different world. And right now you can't buy a home for 2 or 3 times the average wage. It's going to take 7 or 8 times in some places.
In Canada, it's 36, 40 times the annual. No. It's 30 to 40 times the. Sorry. I got it wrong. It takes 20 to 35 years in Canada to save for a down payment to buy a house. And we're covering this back in 2017, 2018, at the height of the money laundering bidding wars. 30 years to put a down payment on a 2-bedroom apartment.
Mike, what is it with Canada exactly? Is it considered crown land or what?
It's crown. We don't own our land. The only people that own their land are the Aboriginal people.
You mean like the 5, 6 nations or whatever it is over there?
Oh, there's like hundreds of them. They own the land. We don't own the land. We build the infrastructure, the roads, the highways, the bridges. We build everything, right? But we don't own it.
Yeah, the War of 1812, that was between America roughly and England, and it was kind of predominantly voted. Actually, the Senate, they debated it for like 9 weeks or something, whether to go declare war. America declared war on England, I guess, for the War of 1812, and it was all done through the Congress. It was not some stupid Trump guy just saying, I want to go to war. I mean, it was debated heavily, but they fought and they fought and they fought and they fought, and and the border with Canada, it remained the same. They didn't accomplish anything. All that killing and fighting and all that expense of energy and treasure, and it was all for naught. Nothing changed. I think America was trying to get a big chunk of Canada at the time. I believe that was part of the battle, even though the battle was all the way down in New Orleans. The Battle of New Orleans and stuff with Andrew Jackson and all that. But the Native Americans really helped Andrew Jackson get through down the Natchez Trail and all that down there through the swamps and all that, and they helped feed them and everything. And then Jackson he's got a reputation for being a great president, but boy, the Trail of Tears was something else. And the Native Americans that were kicked off their land east of the Mississippi, I think it was the 1830s. I think they got kicked off, and they actually won in the Supreme Court the rights to retain their their properties and stuff, and Jackson forced them out anyway. And they said, yeah, but what about the Supreme Court? And Jackson said, the Supreme Court does not have an army. I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jackson really treated the natives really badly. I'm kind of touchy about first we came in here and they think that in America there might have been as many as 100 million. I don't know how many there were, but there was millions of native tribes all across America. And we pretty much I think by before the Civil War, I think there was just about nobody left east of the Mississippi as far as native collective tribes. Wiped them out, and then at the same time we started our second big sin, and that was to start to buy slaves, bring in slaves, and then that was another nightmare, a big sin. So we're this white colonial European that came here. We did help build the country and made it into what it is. And we used a lot of English law and everything to help build our institutions. And there was a lot of positive things, but
Christian values.
Huh?
Christian values.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives, but boy, a lot of people had to pay the price for it though.
Mm-hmm.
And that life's just not fair, I guess. And it is, if you fall on the right side of the tracks, you're like me. I think I felt, I was born white, and I was born in a pretty good place with a pretty good family and a pretty good community, and there was plenty of jobs, and we had, nobody was bombing us. Nobody, we were always. Oh, seems like we've always been in some kind of a war, but we've never had to pay the price here at home. We're not getting bombed. In most places you live in, and I don't think Canada's had to suffer any of that either, but Canada used to have such a good reputation, Mike, as a place to live. Canadians were respected all over the world. They were considered very honest and decent, hardworking, kind of like a Midwestern American, values and everything. And but Canada's kind of loosened its supremacy as far as being a desirable place to live.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It used to be a place where a lot of people, Americans, would consider, moving to. That were fed up for one reason or the other. Or they like certain things about Canada, but now I've never heard any Americans in a long time talk about moving to Canada or even visiting Canada.
Yep. It's all downhill from here, boy.
Have you been to that Bouchard's gardens?
Where?
The big garden. The beautiful gardens up there. I thought it was in Vancouver or something, but it's in British Columbia somewhere. Bouchard Gardens. What are the big flower gardens? Beautiful place.
I don't. I've been to a lot of places here. I don't remember that name though.
Oh, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But my parents went up there in 1980, and my dad had bought a brand new black Oldsmobile diesel, which it turned out to be a big fiasco. But anyway, the mom and dad lived in a house that was, it was a nice house, but it was in an area where there was a lot of crime. And so my dad got this plastic gun that looked just like a real gun, and he put it under the seat of his car because he's the kind of guy that he can keep a straight face. He could fake you out. He could pull a gun on you and you'd believe he was getting ready to pull the trigger. So he thought he would rather have a fake gun in case he got in a beef, and he could scare a guy into backing down rather than having a real gun and end up using it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to shoot somebody. That was his whole point. But anyway, mom and dad are crossing the border going into Canada, and in 1980, and the border patrol guy says, "Hey, customs guy," said, "You got any firearms or anything in the car?" And my dad said, "No." He forgot that he had put it under the seat like 6 months before or whatever. And so they said, "Would you mind getting out of the car?" And they got out of the car, and they looked under there and they saw what they thought was a gun. They had my mom and dad pinned up against the wall. I mean, Dad said they tore out the seats. They ripped the thing to pieces. You know, they were really pissed.
Wow.
But it was a plastic toy gun like you'd sell in your shop or something. You know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they really took it very serious. Even though they found out it was a fake gun, but it looked just like a real gun. But I told you, when my daughter was born in 1990, I was going back to North Dakota to Minot. It's not too far from the Canadian border, and to take my daughter back to see her grandpa, who was a wheat farmer back there. And it was in September during the harvest, and I was going to go up to Canada while I was back in North Dakota. I was going to go up into Canada and take a look at it, you know. And the neighbor he was a postman, and him and his wife had the liquor store in town. There's only one liquor store in town in Bandon. It's a state-run liquor. The state controls hard liquor here. Anyway, I went in there and I asked him about Canada, and he said, "Oh, I just went up there." And I said, "Well, how was it?" And he said, "I like Canada, but he said gasoline was $3 a gallon. You know, at the time it was like $1 here, and 3 times higher than here." And he said, he told me how much beer was. He told me how much cigarettes was in Canada, and he told me how much gasoline was. And all those three things were important to me on my trip: beer, cigarettes, and alcohol. And I said, "There's no way I'm crossing that border into Canada, not at those prices." So yeah. I never did go to Canada. And I was right up there. I ended up, while I was in Minot, we went up to visit my wife's girlfriend, and she had married a farmer way up right near the Canadian border out in the prairie. I mean, it was really an old 2-story rickety house out on the prairie. And we were right up near Canada, but I would not cross that border because I was afraid I'd have to pay too much for a beer, cigarettes, or gas.
Yeah. Right on, Mitch. All right, bro. I'm gonna let you go. It's good catching up with you. I think Dano wants to call in about something.
Oh, good. I like to hear Dano. Okay, take care, Mike. God
Thanks,
bless.
Mitch. God bless you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, maybe I'll go down to Bandon and visit him. Let's see if Dano's there. So, guys, Dano is part of this really cool thing he's being part of. So, if you guys want to vote for Dano, here it is. Here, the People's Artist, right here for our boy Dano here. Johnny Depp's presents the People's Artist. So this is our guy Dano, and he will appear in an Autoform magazine, take home $25,000, and display their artwork at the Art of Elysium's Salon. So there it is right there. There's Dano, artbydano.com. And we've had him on the show years and years and years and years on the show. And I don't know. I want to know what's going on where he is in California. And he brought us up to speed on that No Kings rally and all the other crap that was going on down there. And just bullshit going on down there and disrupting the people down there. Let's see if we could get him on the phone. Let's see if we can get Dano here on Mike of the Night.
Mike in the night, the voice of the Commonwealth. It's 3 a.m. and something is moving you. Late night truth coming, breaking through. From the city's bright to the countryside view. Yeah, the signal's strong and it's calling you. From a condo high above the skyline low. To a camper park where the cold winds blow. Cabin in the woods where the firelights glow. You feel that rhythm, yeah, you already know. Across the oceans, across the lands, different lives but the same.
Dano, lower the show, buddy. Lower the show.
Yeah.
Daniel, you there, buddy? How you doing?
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, you're kind of faint. I'm trying to hear you a little better, but
We can hear
well,
you.
let me get you on speakerphone.
Yeah, we got you here perfectly. All right, Daniel,
Yeah.
what's going on, buddy? What do you got for us?
What do I got for you? Oh, it's, same old, man. You know, just another day living the dream here in California. But yeah, man, gas is really going up here, man. It's like it's almost at some places almost $7 here in town.
A gallon.
A gallon, yeah, 6.39 for the cheapest, and then it goes up from there. So yeah, man, things definitely slowing down here because I mean, you can't blame the war for everything, but damn near, you know, that everybody's pissed off about that Iran war thing, man. It's such a load of shit. It's not cool, you know.
And we actually predicted this in 2023. If Trump got in, he would do this.
You did say that, and I didn't. Back then, I thought, you know, I don't know if that would happen. I kind of didn't believe you, but like,
wait, why won't you believe me for? I don't get paid. I don't get paid
because
to
you know
be here.
Trump told us that he would start no new wars, right? And we were stupid enough to believe him.
But the thing is, why would I lie to you? I don't get paid. I don't get paid to lie. So I don't get paid for
that's
anything.
right.
I don't
You
even
don't
get
get
paid
paid
to
to
be here.
lie.
So why would I lie for?
No, I didn't mean it that way. It's just like we were bamboozled by Trump. I mean, I kind of, you know, I'm kind of a glass is always half full guy. I'm pretty optimistic. I thought maybe this dude's going to do the right thing, but he turned out to be another full of shit politician like the rest.
Don't take sides. Remember, don't take sides. Remember, I kept saying, don't take sides.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, the other man, the alternative was the Democrats. With,
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about vote what you think is right, but just in the end, sit back, watch the show. It's all a show, boy. You know that. You know, Dano,
yeah, it's all
a show.
the show, man. I really believe that. But you know what? Like, those of us who kind of gave, you know, Trump half a chance, we feel like we've been betrayed. It's like a fucking betrayal.
Yeah, betrayal. Yep.
And that's unforgivable. And that's why I predict that unless there's some chicanery happens before the midterm elections here, they're going to lose bigly, you know? So that's what I think.
Yeah,
but it's a drag, man. We don't want these. Oh, nobody wants another Middle East war.
No. But it has to happen, just like we said, in Lebanon, all these countries. If you know, people called me mentally disturbed when I said that Lebanon's going to get involved and it's going to be fronts and they're going to redraw the maps in my 2020.
Yeah, I remember that.
And people call me like, you're mentally disturbed and this is why you have no following. And I'm like, okay. Then it happens like we said, and nobody gives a shit. And they're like, oh no, Joe Rogan's the best. Who cares? You suck, Mike. It's like, oh God.
Oh, Joe Rogan's late to the party, Mike.
He's late 3, 4, 5, 6 years every time. You know that.
Yeah, no, I kind of tend to believe your theory of the what do you call it? The controlled
information distribution.
Yeah, CID. It's true. Yeah, I mean that's how they stay in power, actually, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
controlled information distribution.
Yeah, man, but yeah, it's what I hate about all this war thing, man. It's if this keeps going on, the protests will just get bigger and bigger and all that crap, man. You know, because the left just loves this shit now. Of course, they want Trump to fail. I don't want any American president to fail, but they revel in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's a drag, but things are not like they used to be here, man. I mean, there still is a lot of opportunity here, but you got to hustle so much harder, and that's why I got in that contest. And oh, by the way, thank you so much for telling people about that contest I'm involved in, and I made it through the first round, which is good. That's why people are able to vote. But what it means is the winner will get 25 G's and get to be in whatever the Lyceum magazine that Johnny Depp's involved with. But to make it to the for first prize is pretty much a long shot. But there's consolation prizes and stuff. So, if you guys are cool with my art, just May 4th, you can start the voting process. I'll send you a link, Mike, to your show, and we'll see what happens.
I already sent the link out. Voting opens soon. I gave you the page. Johnny Depp presents the People's Artist page. 13 days, 23 hours to go, guys. Let's get Dano voted in to this, please. Let's get it. Let's vote for him. Let's see if we got enough muster or muscle here on Mike of the Night and the 100-man army to get him voted in. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be awesome. Even if I don't win, I'll promote the show along the way, right? On every
you always
step,
do.
so.
You always promote us. I always promote you too.
Man.
Always.
But
I shared this on my Facebook page too, my fan page.
Oh yeah. You're so good at all that technology shit, Mike. I'm terrible with technology, man. I can barely turn on my phone. Let alone do all that pasting links and all that. I totally bumble that up all the time.
Yeah. You get it in time. It comes in time. Everything comes in time.
I don't have that. Sorry, that part of my brain, man, does not function very well.
Well, you're old school. You're like me. I'm an old schooler too, man. It takes me a long time to set up things and getting things ready.
Really? Well, your presentation is great, man. The way you utilize like your backdrops and you're using the music, is very well thought out.
I appreciate that. So you'd call me so I'd be an average or a medium artist in your opinion, or creator? Or...
Oh no, you'd be a great artist. But if you get too good, you'll put me out of business, Mike.
So yeah, but what I'm saying like a creator, I guess. But I was never given that chance over all these years.
Really, yeah. Well, drawing is a skill, right? Like I can, like somebody learns how to play a guitar. I have to teach you the chords, the notes, the melodies. Well, drawing's the same way. There's a fundamental behind it. So anybody can kind of learn how to draw, Mike. But it's the ideas behind the drawing to give it the power.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So you're a really creative guy. You might not have the artistic knowledge or training, but your ideas are good, right? And that's what you put on your website.
Dano, what I was saying earlier is I was never given the chance on social media to break out, and I was always banned, kicked off, 21 YouTube suspensions, constantly 7 Facebook suspensions, constantly banned everywhere, not allowed to voice.
Well, because you're like the true cutting edge, right? You're the tip of the spear of all the new information coming out. A lot of it's controversial, and they want to, censor that. Mm-hmm. So that's probably one of the reasons why. If you kind of just cherry pick the things that, if you just follow the party line, whatever it was, left, right, whatever, then they pump you up, Oh,
yeah, if I follow Russell Brand,
a failed comedian that started a podcast channel, whatever.
Yeah. If I follow Russell Brand, I will do well because I'll be following what he's saying in order, and I won't be too ahead of myself, right?
Hey, have you ever tried to, just for the hell of it, try to get on one of these guys' shows just for the hell of it, just to get exposure for yourself, play the game, and get on Russell Brand? And I don't know, man. I mean, if you could stomach it.
It makes me wonder if these people know who I am or who we are, because they've regurgitated a lot of the shit we talk about on here.
All of it. No, and you're like years ahead. Yeah, all the shit that you've been saying literally 3, 4, 5 years ago, they're on that right now. They have been, so. It's
weird.
Well, because they don't have the balls. They know damn well. Let's say that they became like you and just were predictive programming of something that's going to happen in 5 years. They're too afraid to actually do that because they might be thrown off or lose their sponsors. So they'll wait for you to do it for them. And then when they say it's second, it's okay because you already said it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like you're the tip of the spear, so you can take the bullet for them, and then they can say, "Oh, COVID's bad. The vaccines are bad."
It's like, yeah, we were saying that before. In 2018, we were saying it was bad.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, one of the smartest things I've ever done, and partly thanks to you, is nobody in my family did go get the vaccines and all that crap. So, yeah, man. And but there's another one coming. And there's all this talk now here about some ticks that will give people the diseases from ticks and all this bullshit now. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, what happened? You still there?
I'm right here, bro. I'm right here.
My phone cut off for a second. Yeah, I'm having trouble recharging this phone lately. I might have to get a new power, what do they call it, a power source in it or something.
A cable.
Yeah, cuts. No, it's not the cable. I tried the cable. It's something else going on with the phone. I'm going to go to Verizon, but it cuts out on me every now and then. Like completely, goes dead, and then you're back, right? So, like I said, I'm not a tech guy, so what was I going to say? Is there another election coming in Canada or something?
Oh
Like,
no,
I
we
see
already had one, boy.
yeah, because I see that. Well, you know Pierre. What's his name? Pierre Poilievre. I can't even
Whatever.
say his
That guy's
name.
not coming. That guy can't do anything. That guy's not
He's been
allowed.
on. He's been on Joe Rogan, some other American
Joe
podcast.
Rogan. Yeah, he's coming here to talk about what we already know, telling us what we already know,
So what's
what you already know.
What's his strategy in going on all the American podcasts? Then, like, because people here don't even know who the hell he is. Most of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the problem is, there's no one coming to save Canada. It doesn't matter who it is. Pierre Poilievre has to play good with China if he wants to get in. And if he doesn't allow the money laundering, the fentanyl, all the stuff that China's been doing to us, and owning our mines and owning our infrastructure and taking over our banking system with Chinese employees and government. You go to a government, you go to the airport here, Dano, the airport. I saw a Chinese lady in a military uniform with an AK-47 walking through the airport. A Chinese lady.
No shit.
Oh, and there
so
was a
what?
security
What
guard.
was she? What do you mean by Chinese? Was she like in police
she may
officer
be like
or
Canadian military or Canadian security, but she's Chinese. It's like, what are you doing here? Why are you here for? You have a whole country you could go police. What are you doing here? And there's Canadian people outside the airport begging for money so they could buy food, and they're unhired. They don't hire them. They hire Chinese, they hire Indians, they hire Hindu, like all kinds. And then when I say Indians, I don't talk about native Indians. I'm talking about...
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not the John Wayne Indians, I know.
Yeah, so...
It's not Geronimo.
So, yeah, it's really sad what's happened to this country.
I guess, I mean, it's such a beautiful country. I have friends in Canada, and it's a beautiful country, and you got the mountains there, and, it's huge, too, right? Yeah, man, it's a drag. It shouldn't be that way, right?
Man, no, it shouldn't be that way at all. And
so what the hell people are going to do? And I can't say things are exactly, kosher here. I think all hell's going to break loose here eventually, too. People are losing trust in both the political parties here and the whole system as well,
No,
so...
America's about 15 years behind Canada. Because you could still work two people and it could work a minimum wage job and still own a property in America.
Not in California, but in other states.
Other states, New Mexico or Texas, you could work 2 minimum wage jobs and you could have your own property.
Yeah, no, I've been to some of those states. Alabama's actually really nice. When I drove through Alabama, I really liked it, actually.
Canada, you're finished in Canada. Canada, you need 24 minimum wage jobs, 30 minimum wage jobs. You need 16 people living in a room.
So what the hell are they gonna do with all these generation of people who can never get in the game up there? Like I don't, how are they gonna make a living and survive and all that?
Well, because
does that make any sense to me?
The Canadian proper doesn't get hired because they get the Indians and other cultures get wage subsidies. The Chinese get all the government jobs and the bank jobs and the clean office jobs. And Canada's screwed. Canada's finished. And the people that built the country and maintained the country are just not part of. Yeah. They're not allowed to be part or participate in the system.
So basically, it's only like the baby boomers there that have already done well because they had the same thing kind of happened here where most of the wealth is in the baby boomers here. I can even see it in my town. It's
but
either
again, you're in America. You could go to some states. You could buy. You could 2 minimum wage jobs from 2 people. You could still buy property. So you guys still have it good in America. In Canada, we can't do that in Canada. We cannot do that in Canada.
It's so hard for me to imagine that. I can't even wrap my head around that. I know you're telling me, that's the way it is, but like, that's just me. I mean, why wouldn't the people have a rebellion against that if it's that like that? That just blows me away if there's no options and, I guess they did have that truckers convoy. That was sort of like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But well, here at least there still is a lot of opportunity for Europe, but you have to hustle. I have to hustle really hard now, man, just to keep us afloat. Mm-hmm. But I can still do it. I got actually picked up a huge commission job this week, mm-hmm. and it's been slow this year, so I didn't see that coming. But it's still here, and I think I'm lucky because. there's still a lot of wealthy people in California that can afford to hire me to do those paintings. That can afford the art. For somebody at my level, you know what I mean? Where I couldn't really do this in one of the poorer states. There's no market for the kind of art I do there. I always will have to have one foot in California. It gets my brand, and there's, like I said, enough wealthy people to support it. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't think some good old boy in Alabama will be able to afford a couple of grand for a customized painting. You know what I mean? Like I do big paintings, and they're very.
Yeah, but you see, okay, hold on a sec. You make a painting, you commission it, you make $1,000. In Canada, you got to give 40% or 50% of it to the government.
Why would I give the 50% to the government? That's
Canada. In Canada, you would have to.
Are the taxes that high there?
Oh yeah, sometimes more, depending on what bracket you're in.
So wait a minute, and that's I'm not I'm hanging on being in the middle class. I mean, is that a high bracket there now?
No, like it doesn't matter. 40% right across the board. You make 100 grand, you got to give 40% of right to the government right off the top. That's before you pay the gas on your fuel and the tax on your food. That's just 40% right off the top.
Yeah, that's so you can have your free medical. That's what people say here. Oh, they get their free medical there. That's why taxes are higher.
Socialized medicine.
Yeah, but that's the excuse I hear all the time. You know, is the free whatever medical, but still, it seems like awfully way too much. And
they offer you assisted suicide everywhere you go here.
Assisted suicide.
Yep.
You got free medical and assisted suicide on the other hand.
Yep.
They offer it to you. What do you mean? Like they just, hey man, you want some assisted suicide?
Yeah, essay. Listen to me, essay. You want some assisted suicide, essay? That's how it works in Canada, buddy. I'm not joking with you, Dano.
You're not joking with me.
I had a friend renew his passport in Vancouver. Lady renewing his passport. The guy's like 27. The lady asked him, "Are you interested in assisted suicide?" It's like, what?
Well, how about unassisted suicide? Is that when you put the noose around your own neck?
A Chinese lady working in the Canadian passport office is asking a Canadian guy if he wants assisted suicide.
Well, what? So it sounds like a joke, man.
Yeah. So
why can't I take this seriously? I know you're not bullshitting me, but it sounds like
it is. It sounds like complete.
Your tax dollar at work.
This sounds like it's something from the Alfred Hitchcock. That's what it sounds like, but it's not.
Oh yeah. So what? There's too many people there. They want to get rid of them now.
They don't want the European and white people here anymore.
Oh, so the assisted suicide is only people of European ancestry.
It looks like it's becoming that because the numbers we're getting back, it's like 97% of the people or 98% of the people that took assisted suicide are all white people.
Holy shit! So are they taking assisted suicide because they're sick and old,
Everything.
Or what's the reason?
Sick, old, in debt, homeless. Depressed. One guy got euthanized. One guy got assisted suicide a few months back because he was depressed, and he was like 28 years old.
Get out of here!
I'm not making this up, dude.
That sounds like a skit on like Saturday Night Live when it used to be funny
no
or
skit
something.
On Saturday Night. No Andy Kaufman here. I'm telling you, man, what the deal is.
I want to do a cartoon based on assisted suicide now. You're making me laugh. So, hey, essay.
And that's what's happening, Dano. That's what's happening.
I can't believe this is a. So what the? Oh man, what can I say, man? I can't say things are peachy here either. You know. It's just insane now. We live in insane times, but nobody wants this shit. Then there's AI, right? Don't you love all that AI shit?
Yep.
AI is terrible for us artists, man.
I know. I need it for my music, and I need it for my backgrounds.
No, you do, because you don't have the Russell Brand's budget of 6 editors and 60 producers and $6 million a year. Yeah, that's right. That's fine. It's a tool. You're using it, but I mean. There's people's entire jobs being just wiped out by it now, like in other, in the tech field and other fields. Like, what the hell are they going to do? All these unemployed people who have skills, that they went to school for, even jobs they've been doing for 20 years now, being replaced by AI. What do you tell a guy like that? There are a lot of pissed off people from that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's not like because technology and industrial revolution, it replaced 20 guys with shovels was replaced by a bulldozer or whatever, a digger, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're replacing like jobs that take a lot of intellectual capacity and thinking man jobs, educated jobs, that's different, like I think, so yeah, man. Well, at least we can have a good laugh about it all. And do you know if the Strait of Hormuz is open this minute or it's closed this minute?
Hey, it's a show, buddy. It's a show.
What a load of crap! Have you noticed how much stock? They just do this to manipulate the stock market. So if you got that insider trading buzz,
well,
they can tell you, listen, we're going to close it tomorrow, so you can take a short on oil.
Well, what we did was we were telling people buy oil now in November of last year because we're going to war. I don't know if you remember that video. Buy oil.
I remember that. Yeah.
We're going to war next year. Oh, you're full of shit, Mike. You're so full of shit. Trump's not going to start no wars. He's not a war man. It's like, oh shit.
And you did. So what was your? I can let you go after this, but when you said that the Trump's going to start a war with Iran, what made you figure that would be Iran, and why?
Well, he has to. It has to. That's the.
Because they said they blew the shit. They already destroyed their nuclear stuff last June. Remember, we bombed the shit out of their nuclear. That was last June.
There's no nuclear stuff. There's no nuclear enrichment in Iran. There's nothing. It's all bullshit.
So they're just bombing like empty buildings and mountains.
Yes, sir. Remember that video I made 2 years ago about that? I made
you did actually. You did, yeah.
That's all bullshit. That's all complete bullshit. They want the boogeyman. Everything's bullshit, Dano. Just take care of your life, your wife, your kids.
Yeah, no, and I am the best I can. You are too.
Enjoy the show, Dano. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, yeah. Your show's getting more entertaining all the time, man. Got a little... I'll send the euthanizer over there to your store. Is that okay?
The euthanizer.
The euthanizer. Assisted, or is it assisted? What'd you call it?
Assisted suicide made.
Assisted suicide.
You remember that guy?
Hello, love. It's assisted suicide.
They kept chasing around everyone with needles and stuff. Oh, it's disgusting.
Oh man. Well, I hope you get your business picks up in your store too, man. You got a great little store, man. My son's into a game called Yu-Gi-Oh. Is it Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm not much of a, video game card guy. I like making up my own board games, man. I do them for a laugh. Yeah. But I love board games. Old school board games are my favorite. But the whole family used to sit around a table and have a drink and a laugh, and that's the best, So, old school.
Yeah. So someone in the comments is saying, my sister and her husband got an appointment from a doctor to go see him to tell them about MAID, which is assisted suicide, being an option if being an option and they aren't even sick.
What?
I'm not making this up, Dano.
An option? What kind of a guru would even offer that to somebody? I mean, are they... So should I offer you that option?
Yeah, but I got Dino Bravo right now in the comments saying he wants to get out of the city. What
city is he in?
He's in Murder Peg.
What's that?
You ever heard of Murder Peg?
Murder Peg?
Yeah.
No, man. I know it's a... Oh, is that Winnipeg?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Isn't that where the Raven is in Winnipeg, too?
Raven's trying to move to Beverly Hills of Canada, Chilliwack.
The Beverly Hills of Canada, Chilliwack.
It's called Chilliwack. It's the Beverly Hills of Canada.
Why is that the Beverly Hills of Canada?
Well, because the Raven says so it is.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's the Beverly
Does he have
Hills
a
of Canada.
girlfriend there or something? Yeah. Oh man, that's what a guy will do, right?
Mm-hmm.
A guy will move to the North Pole if he's a girlfriend there.
Yep. Yep.
Oh man, well it's always so much fun talking to you, man.
Yeah, buddy, I'll
Seriously,
get
and
you back on in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to keep promoting your thing every week for people to go
thanks,
on there
man.
and
I
vote.
appreciate it. I really don't. I don't know how this is gonna go down. I think that if Johnny is hands on this and he actually has a chance to actually see my actual artwork, he would really like it himself. But he probably delegated that responsibility to other people to judge, right? So we'll see.
Well, I wish you good luck, buddy, and we're going to support you, and we're going to plug this every week.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate all you do for me, man. Mike's a good dude, everybody.
Thanks, Dano. Hey, have a good night, and God bless you.
You
okay?
too. Oh, God bless, man. Thanks, gang.
Bye-bye. All right, it's Dano on Mike in the Night. And, yeah, we got to get Nord Frank. I got some people messaging me I haven't heard from in years. Nord Prtang. Who else is here messaging me? Yeah, so all kinds of people messaging me here tonight on Mike in the Night. People I grew up with that know me personally, right? And, yeah, I really appreciate you guys very much, man. I really, really do. I really appreciate your guys' support coming here. And I want to appreciate the 3 coffees. How many coffees? What we got for coffees today? Who bought Mikey a coffee? Tio, Marcelo, Barbara, Dino Bravo. All bought me a coffee tonight, guys. I really, really appreciate your support, guys. Marcello. It's Marcello, not Marcelo. Marcello, right? Thanks for the coffees tonight, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, man. Yeah, that was a good South African caller today, updating us on what's happening in South Africa. Really good caller. So if you just missed the show, whatever, you're just tuning in, go back to the beginning of Mike in the Night. It's worth watching the show. We'll be back next Monday. They're passing the bill C-63. So it might land me in a prison for being honest. And you go to jail for being honest in Canada. You're honest here, you go to jail. But Canada's about 5 to 10 years behind South Africa right now, in my opinion. Caller's opinion about the same thing. Caller that called in from Ben from South Africa, same thing. I think Canada's about 5 years behind, 5 to 10 years behind South Africa. So I think it's going to be an interesting time to be alive, folks. It really is. I think we're looking at a very good learning experience, a life experience, an interesting, very interesting time to be alive, people. Anyways, all right, so I'm going to be signing off now. It's been over 3 hours, and I'm getting tired. And I got to, we need to get, Dino Bravo's got some updates for us. We got to get RC Lamoureux. I can't even pronounce. Call in and tell me how to pronounce your names, RC Lamoureux. That sends me the super chats. You need to come on the show and talk to us. That is an order. I am not asking. Who else do we need to get on the show? Rick Silver 55 we need to get on. Oily Film needs to come on. D-Man needs to come back. We need, who else is here? Mayo King needs to call in. Everyone needs to come on. We got Holden Mitch Madden, thank God. And, yeah, so we need to get everybody on this damn show. Rick Silver 55 needs to come on. Yeah. All right, let's play some send-off music for Mike in the Night. Oh yeah, it's Mike in the Night.
Transmission intercepted. For 3 hours. Signal detected. Mike in the Night. Flaking on every street, truth buried 6 feet deep. Paper signed in quiet rooms, deals made under crescent moons. Digital chains you never see, but something in you wants to break free. They say it's safe, they say it's fine, but why's that camera watching mine? Clock hits free, the veil gets there. You feel the static on your skin. Baseline truth, all at your fires. No more silence, no more talking. I have spoken.
Thanks for the $2 super chat, RC Lemero. Thank you, Oily Film. Thank you, Mayo King. Thank you, Dino Bravo. Thank you, SB. Ricky Solar 55, Dano, Ben, everybody on the show tonight. Oily Film.
Up, wake up, speak up, stand up. They fear the ones who see the play, they fear the ones who won't obey. Fight, fight, fight. 3 a.m., that's when you know. Fight, fight, fight. The quiet truth begins to grow. Signal cutting through the...
Mike Martin's here signing off for episode 647 of Mike in the Night. Take care, and if you can't take care, stay safe. I have spoken.
Midnight message unbroken. I have spoken. When the world sleeps, the real talk starts. When the lights dim, we reveal the parts. Not red or blue, not left or right, just raw transmission. My